What a game last night, Stugotz.
Amazing game. And I got to tell you, that's a big win for the United States soccer team. Perhaps one of the top 5 biggest wins in U.S. soccer history. They had these 2 ties against El Salvador and Canada. Disappointing ties, I would call them. Those were supposed to be wins. They got ties out of them, got a point in each game. And then they're trailing 1-0 to Honduras at halftime. And I can only imagine what U.S. soccer fans are thinking to themselves, because they actually entered this thing with expectations, trying to make it to the World Cup. They're trailing to an inferior Honduras team. It's exciting because you have a coach who realizes a couple of things, okay? I think U.S. soccer has finally found its coach, okay? He makes halftime adjustments, and he is not afraid to overhaul the entire lineup when things aren't going their way. And last night, it worked. I mean, listen, when you're trailing 1-0, desperation time to Honduras, you put Robinson in, and Robinson's the guy who gives your team a spark. That is a great job of coaching.
Oh, Stugotz, what'd you think of him changing formations, too? He went to a 4-3-3. Yeah.
And he did that, too, right? Yeah. And it was an amazing adjustment by him because he realized the 3-3-4 wasn't working, so he went to the 4-3-3, little switcheroo.
Okay.
That's what you do. Give them a little something they haven't seen before, and that's what I love about this. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, okay? The top 3, okay, they get into the World Cup out of this bracket. Right now, Mexico sitting with 7 points. You have a 3-way tie for second place, including the United States with 5 points. I think Panama's in there as well, and that sets up what might be the biggest game in U.S. soccer history. U.S. taking on Panama in the next group run, because you have to figure the winner of that game makes it to the World Cup. But here's why I think the United States gets in. They have a couple of cupcakes. I mean, they fire it up on August 7th. They have Costa Rica, who has 1 point, and they have Jamaica, who doesn't have a single point. How about that? The United States with a clear, and I would say easy path to the World Cup.
Are you okay? That was incredible.
Thank you.
That was incredible.
Good job.
You know, we've been dogging traditional media to not step up to the plate and learn a new sport, and look at you.
Thank you.
A couple cupcakes cutting it up.
Am I right? I mean, Costa Rica's bad. United States will be favored. Jamaica's bad. United States will be favored.
United States should be favored in all these matchups outside of maybe the Mexico matchup. Costa Rica, historically, a very difficult place for the United States.
They don't play Mexico, though, do they?
Yeah, they will. They play everybody home and away in their qualifying region.
Okay, but the next group run is an easy run for them. You would agree, right? Panama, Costa Rica, Jamaica. They should come out of that.
Not in CONCACAF. This was an easier run, and backs were up against the wall. Greg Berhalter's job was on the line.
It was.
I wanted him out at halftime. I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'll admit this. I've wanted him out for a long time.
Really?
But it was really encouraging to see the team play for their manager. I'm not sure what was said at halftime. Christian Pulisic is not really a vocal leader. He led by example, and he damn near killed himself out there with 10 electric minutes where you could see the effort radiating off of the screen, trying his best to make things happen. You say he has plenty of time to rest up. That's unfortunate for his club team over at Chelsea FC.
I don't care about them. I care about the United States.
No, you should. You should.
Yes, and they might not need him against Jamaica and Costa Rica. Yeah. Seriously, so he might have more time to rest. I mean, I love soccer.
They're good. They're good teams. They're good teams in this region, and those should be hotly contested and historically difficult places to play. Everywhere in CONCACAF is difficult for the United States to play on the road when you get to this part of qualifying. Honduras, historically, one of the better CONCACAF teams, one of the more difficult places to play for the U.S. men's national team. And it was, you'd seen this movie a million times before. Down 1-0, how does the U.S. respond? And it was obvious from the jump, you got to play Ricardo Pepi. Pepi was amazing, 18 years old. And here is my Suey-worthy prediction when it comes to Ricardo Pepi.
All right.
Ricardo Pepi is the best pure goal scorer this country has ever produced.
Really?
And Greg Berhalter's legacy might be the fact that he convinced Ricardo Pepi to stay in the U.S. men's national team program as opposed to going to Mexico. because he had the ability, still technically does, I think, to still play for the Mexican national team. But he is an out-and-out star, a 20-plus goal scorer for FC Dallas at 18 years old. This guy is the next American great. I believe he has the highest ceiling out of anybody on that pitch. That includes Christian Pulisic, that includes Aronson, who I am super high on. I think this guy is an out-and-out superstar.
So his legacy is basically tied to Pepe's performance moving forward here. And
it was
so far,
infuriating.
so good. No, I love it.
It was infuriating because that's pretty much all you had to do.
Right.
Play Pepe.
You knew it all along.
Play Pepe.
You should be the manager.
I mean, that was as cut and dry as you could get.
Right.
The decision. What was the difference between the last two games entering that game against Honduras? Pepe played.
Right.
Pepe played, and Pepe was dynamic. He was incredible. And the U.S. now should feel pretty confident going forward. That was a big 3 points. I'm still not liking what I'm seeing from Greg Berhalter. I still don't think this is the way, but at least we're playing Pepe.
Yeah, but Mike, for a night, he did what you wanted him to do.
Play Pepe?
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Right.
I'm still pissed off about the 2 draws entering it where we didn't play Pepe.
You wouldn't be sweating the next round of games, is what you're saying? Because
No.
you would have been 3-0 this run?
Yeah, you should have taken at the road against El Salvador. I'm not going to get too mad, but you can't get back-to-back draws. You can't drop points at home against Canada. You can't. And you can't have a player leave the COVID bubble. We didn't get into the Weston McKennie stuff too much outside of playing that Landon Donovan sound, but that's also a reflection on the leadership.
Right.
Both the manager and the captain. Christian Pulisic is not above criticism here because a lot of people don't think he's the right person to be the captain of this team because he's not a vocal leader.
So why is he the captain? It's based on play. That's it. He's the best player on the team. Therefore, he's the captain because that's a terrible job by the coach. If that's the case, there are certain guys who lead by example.
Well, you're a soccer
listen,
expert.
I am. Yes, but when your captain needs to be a vocal leader. Your captain needs to be someone that the guys believe in. Your captain needs to deliver hard messages when hard messages need to be delivered. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
He is
and
a Kawhi Leonard type.
Pulisic is not vocal.
Pulisic.
That's a problem.
But it was an electric game that not a lot of people knew where to find. Unfortunately, I stayed up super late, and that was awesome. That was Roy. I don't know if you saw that, but that was pretty electric last night.
Yeah, I had the game on. I watched the Spanish feed on, I believe, Telemundo. Did not see the Honduras. I did see the Honduras goal. Did not get to see the tying goal, and then I fell asleep halfway through the second half, and then all of a sudden, 4-1.
Yeah, but Twitter exploded.
Was there an English feed option?
I think it was on Paramount Plus.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I believe so. That's a real good studio team that CBS has constructed around the U.S. men's national team.
Right. Billy, why were you waving me off here? I'm trying to support Mike, Chris, and the United States national soccer team. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do here.
You think captains matter in sports?
I do.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
1,000%.
Put it on the poll.
Hockey,
Do captains
does.
matter in
Doesn't.
sports?
No way.
It's worth
1,000%.
asking.
Yeah.
Definitely not in like the NFL when you
No.
have like 35, 40-year-olds
No.
playing. They're going to go to like, oh, let me see what the 22-year-old quarterback that was the first-round draft pick has to say about this.
I
Yeah.
think the selection of captains is a very tricky thing in a dangerous game because you're tempted to put your
it's
best player.
symbolic.
Yes, but you have to have the right player. I mean, Billy, there are people who can lead, right? You don't believe in that? Like leadership, say the right thing, do the right thing, set an example for the rest of the team? No?
It's interesting that you bring it up because everyone down here is talking about Tua was not named a captain. And Brian Flores is kind of doing what you're saying. Like, just because he's the quarterback doesn't mean he has to be the captain, but you got to make Tua the captain, I think.
I don't think you have to make Tua the captain. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, listen, I've coached for 8 years. Granted, it's girls lacrosse.
It shows doubt in him, though.
Right.
Like, it gives off, like, he's not there yet.
No.
He's not there yet.
You don't make someone, you have to earn, if you want the C on your chest, you have to earn it. You don't just get it.
Like Charlie Conway.
I mean, what is...
I'm not positive, but I don't think Tom Brady was ever the captain when he was in New England.
They were one of these weird teams, also like Dallas early on, that didn't want to do the captaincy, so you couldn't really tell.
Right.
Some teams I think still do that, which is a little annoying. I will say I don't know what it's like. I know the captain got inducted into the Hall of Fame yesterday afternoon, which was a weird time for that to happen.
It was.
I can't really speak to what it matters in baseball. I do know it's very important in hockey, and I know for a fact it is hugely important in soccer. The captain has all sorts of extra duties. He is the true leader in getting everybody on the same page. you have to have buy-in from your captain, and the U.S. men's national team does not have that from Christian Pulisic because he is not publicly standing by his manager. In fact, he was kind of calling him out, saying we need new ideas. They had a little spat in the Canada match a few years ago when Pulisic was pulled. You need a leader, a captain on your team to be fully on board with the manager. I don't think we have that right now.
It's a tricky spot because if you're the captain, the players need to get behind you, but you also need to be the player that distributes the coach's message. And so you have to
Not
be
if
like,
the coach is wrong.
well,
then
no,
you're not being a leader.
Well, that leads me to this, but you also have to have the balls to stand up to the coach if you think he or she is wrong. You have to have the balls to do that. That's how you get the team to follow. That's what you do. It's a very tricky game. Like, was Wayne Gretzky a captain, Roy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. He
Okay.
was in captain with Edmonton, Los Angeles.
Bad
and
choice.
St. Louis.
Also, I just Googled it. Tom Brady has been a captain 20 times.
Well, so much for that.
Just one of the
Stugotz!
C's.
Did you have him never being a captain?
I don't know what I was thinking. I read something about him being named Bucks captain, and I think I must have misread it. I don't know. I was just wrong.
Who's the captain of the Dan Batard show? Who is the captain of this ship, this pirate ship? Roy, who would you say is the captain
Not
of our
you,
show?
Stugotz.
I don't think I'm the captain. No, I'm a terrible leader.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chris Cody.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think Adnan Virk.
I
isn't
voted
he?
for him.
Isn't Adnan Virk nicknamed the captain?
Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Gary.
Paul.
Bob, our engineer. Bob and his
Oh,
miner's
I miss
helmet.
Bob.
Where is Bob?
He's in Buffalo.
Oh, Bob.
He goes to he does the Dan move where he takes like 2-month vacation.
Yeah. How long does this house take to paint? Bob. You've been painting for 6 months. Get back over here. I need someone to help me build these X chairs.
This X chair is Mike, I'm telling you, yesterday is the first day. You've been seeing me hobbling around this place for a month now because my back hurts. Yesterday was the first day. I walk by the security guard every single day, and he's like, Stu, you going to get it fixed? I'm like, I'm getting to it. Okay.
I'm getting to it.
Yep. Just like Peyton's places. Yesterday was the first time I stood up, and my back felt totally fine.
It's a good chair.
I mean, X marks the spots.
Oh, look at
How
you. A
about that?
little
How
live
about
How about
there.
that?
Hey, one might say it's the X factor. How
Oh,
about
okay.
that?
Well, that's a
Yes.
different. Look in my eyes. Screw you. It's a different game.
Man.
What came out of your throat just
Oh,
now?
that sounded like
a
that.
frog.
Oh,
That was gross.
It was.
ribbit.
Sorry.
I will say, I didn't need an instruction manual to put that chair together.
Wow.
It says some assembly required. I put that chair together in 10 minutes. Sturdy is all get out.
All right.
Love that.
That's all get out.
Yeah, yeah. Lumbar support is all get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My back feels great.
Yeah. Do you call it lumbar or lumbar?
Lumber.
Lumbar.
That's
That's
wood,
definitely
isn't it?
wrong.
Yeah,
Lumbar
that's
support
wood.
or lumbar?
Lumbar.
Yeah, Lombardo. Like that. It is a great looking chair.
Thank you. I feel like I have a throne. Like, it's a nice, tall, big chair. It's comfortable. I have armrest.
You have a headrest. Remember the chairs at Waxy 790?
Oh, God.
Dust flying album.
We didn't have enough chairs at one point. You do
No, they
realize
were all
that.
broken.
Yes.
I remember I would go to the microphone, hit something that was porcelain to turn it on. It was very bizarre.
It was
And
an-
I would put on these aviation headphones from the 1970s, and they would break on my ear.
Right.
It would always clip my ear. It was very painful.
The tan ones.
hmm
The hard plastic.
Yeah, it was like tan. Was it olive?
They were no,
Either
they were
way,
tan.
it was
It
one
was
of the gross.
olive.
It was
It was
one.
olive.
It was a gross color. It was, who would make this color?
Well, listen, it was a brokered radio station, so people were buying time in blocks to do whatever show they wanted to do on the radio station. You think Waxy was going to spend a lot of money on equipment? Like,
Why did we let Formica happen? I'm just in terms of furniture, just why? That and shag carpet, I never got the appeal.
A rattan.
Everything comes back, but I'm fairly confident shag carpet will never come back. You think so?
I mean, everything does come
Yeah,
back. Billy.
fashion's cyclical.
Right.
I'm hard pressed to find out the shag carpet coming back. I just don't see a way for it.
Wallpaper.
Is there something
I
that's
think
hot?
wallpaper's coming back.
Wallpaper's back.
What do you
Yeah.
mean
It's
it's
back
back?
already?
Roy.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Shag rugs are very in style right now too.
No.
Not carpet though.
Get out of here. A shag
I've
rug?
seen them everywhere. Yeah.
Is that ironic or people actually like the look of it?
I think people like the look of it. I personally am a messy eater, so whenever I have a shag rug and I drop crumbs in it, it's just like a breeding ground for ants, right? You got to get a carpet that you can actually vacuum. I don't understand shag at all.
I mean, so much gets caught up in the shag rug. I'm surprised to hear the shag rug is back, actually. I'm with you. Like, what is there anything that's popular today that's never going to come back like 20, 25 years from now?
Ooh.
No.
What can we say that?
Because you guys would know what's popular today. I have no idea. I'm old.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Nah, I think TikTok's got legs, man.
Oh,
Got
boy.
legs.
That's what they said about Vine.
Oh man.
Mike and I did
Vine.
a great
TikTok
Vine.
is kind
I
of a
miss
variation
Vine.
of Vine.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
They're
Remember
all
that
variations
Vine?
of Vine.
It's
Mike-
just an evolved version of it.
Mike and I had a celebratory Vine that we did after the Heat won a championship, I
So
believe.
many Heat Vines.
Yeah, where we were just hugging each other in the parking lot.
I
And
was down for the challenge.
I swore Vine was everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Be funny, be efficient in 6 seconds. That's
Yeah.
all I need.
was
Vine
fantastic.
stars were a thing. I still follow several Vine stars.
Never coming back though, right?
You know what I'm embarrassed to admit is an old trend that I've started doing again? The fanny pack.
That's
I bought
back.
a fanny pack.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
wife
but
has
you
one.
Where
But you don't wear it around your fanny now. You wear it around your shoulders and you try to be
Right.
cool with it. Yeah, like
I
Mad
wear
Max
it.
style.
Yeah, I wear it like it's a Gucci belt, and
Mm-hmm.
even though it's like a $10 fanny pack.
It's kind of insulting to the fanny pack, don't you think? I mean, it was meant to wear around your waist.
I just feel bad for my mom because I used to make fun of her for having a fanny pack in the 2000s, and now I have one, and it's just more convenient than a purse.
But is it cooler to wear around your shoulder? My wife has one. Now my wife's a bit older than you are. So is she wears it around her waist and I make fun of her constantly because she looks dorky.
Well, it's definitely more accessible around the waist, but I wear it around the shoulder because I feel like I look a little bit cooler. It's like a crossbody bag, but it's still a fanny pack. I'm not fooling anyone.
Chris, where do you wear your fanny pack?
I don't have one. Shocking. I barely carry a wallet these days.
That fanny needs a pack.
IG get you?
I have like one of those small ones that I
And
like
people-
a clip. I like a clip.
We talked about vaccine cards and how difficult they are to carry around. And thank you for that My Bindle
My
thing.
Bindle, it's great,
Yeah,
right?
I uploaded it on there.
It's so easy.
But jogging pants are so in right now, and the conventional wallet just does not work with jogging pants. A lot of jogging pants don't even have a back pocket for it. They're trying to kill the wallet industry and just get you to the IG wallets, and it's working on me. I got the Ridge.
I love the basketball shorts that have the two pockets. They have like the one zipper pocket and the regular pocket.
I get
Right.
so many short advertisements
Yeah.
on IG. That and hats that I can wear in the pool.
But the jogging pants you need, Chris is right. I love as many zippers as I can get. I love zippers.
Nothing better than putting some in your
Yes.
pocket and zipping it up.
Oh, there's
I can think of a couple of things.
yeah. I mean, a lot of things probably, but
Yeah,
Right.
but I understand.
there are better sensations, but it's up there.
Top
sure.
10.
Chris, is there anything better than when you purchase an article of clothing or your wife purchases one for you and you realize after putting them on there's a secret zipper?
Nothing better.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Wait a second.
Secret zippers, Mike.
How many things you keep moving the line on nothing better?
Goalposts are being moved
Yeah.
there.
There's just good things in life.
Yeah.
Life's simple pleasures.
It's the little things.
It's an underrated thing, a zipper. It is.
What about
Pockets.
the big things are pretty good too, though.
Yep. Like cars are awesome.
Like marriages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Children.
Can you
yeah.
imagine life without cars? I couldn't. I could never.
Yes, I
Oh,
could.
oh yeah, the New Yorker. You're a knight of New York.
Yeah, but you're still in a car. You're in an Uber.
Jess-
You're on a cab.
Never been
You're in a
down here long
cab.
enough.
I mean,
Okay.
what are you
Jess,
talking
I'm
about?
a little worried about
Lyft.
how you were longing for pumpkins. Are you legitimately regretting your move with us?
No, not at
Catching,
all.
we're
I
catching
think-
those
I think
vibes.
Yeah.
this is the time of year though where this is the best time of year in New York, so I'm gonna probably feel a little nostalgic about the crisp, cool fall air and the pumpkins and the PSLs on a cold, rainy day. However, come January and February, I am going to be living the life in Miami.
Nah, I don't
Right.
believe you. I think we're like 2 weeks away from a Notes app screenshot announcing your departure.
Would I do it on Notes app?
Yeah,
or do-
let me
did
see
a
your
job
drafts.
with
right
Show me
now.
your
Show me your
drafts. Come on.
drafts. Show me your drafts.
Let's see them.
All right, let's pull
No
up the
secrets
drafts.
on this show.
I don't think I would do it on Notes app though. I think I would just storm off like
Everything
in the middle
starts
of
on
an
Notes app.
episode.
Everything starts on the Notes app. Everything.
I feel like you'd make a pie.
Ooh.
And it would say, I quit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And spell out the letters.
Just say bye.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Bye.
but spelled like pie.
B-I-E.
Thank you.
And it's
Dan.
apple too.
Bye
Apple
pie.
pie.
Yeah.
I don't
Get
have
into the
anything
notes.
in my. I have no apologies in my notes app.
Okay.
Not even to your mom about the fanny pack, huh?
No, I'm never gonna apologize to her for that.
Right. Right.
I'm too ashamed.
Are you coming back down here before the winter, or what is?
Yes, I'll be back next week, Stugotz.
Oh, you will be. Okay. It's your
We're gonna
favorite time.
hold- we're gonna
Favorite
hold
time
you
of the
to
year
that.
up there. I mean.
Yeah, we're gonna hold you to this. I got my doubts.
Well, I did just read an article yesterday about how Hurricane Ida drowned a large population of rats in New York City, and it drowned out a bunch of the rats from like the subterranean level, and now they're coming back up to the surface to find new homes. So the rat reporting rate has increased dramatically in the last week, apparently, even though a ton of rats drowned and died, but the ones that survived made it up to the surface. So not only are they closer to all the people, they're the resilient ones
Yeah.
that survived a hurricane.
Yeah, they're back
So-
and they're pissed.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, I'm ready to go back to Miami. Fun part of the trip is over.
Rats. Not a fan.
No rats in
Rodents.
Miami.
No. Is that movie?
There's rats in Miami.
There are definitely
rats
rats in Miami.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nevin
They're
Shapiro
just not
for one.
everywhere.
No, they're
Right, yes.
everywhere. Yeah, no, they are.
I rolled out of bed an hour ago and was just like, football.
Samesies.
That was close to the Flanagan's voice, by the way.
Football.
Flanagans.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Outstanding.
See, you can't leave Miami yet because you're finding your Flanagan's voice.
Outrageous.
Flanagans.
Flanagan's.
Flanagans.
Once you find that voice, you'll never leave.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
Isuzu.
Rockin' rib rolls.
Rib rolls. Rockin'. Specials. Okay.
Tumbleweed Tuesday.
Tumbleweed Tuesday.
Getting there, Smitty. What are you drinking there? Very bougie drink right there.
No, it's a cold brew in a Yeti with a bamboo straw.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, okay.
Not,
So
not,
Stugotz
not
nailed it.
bougie?
Not bougie at all.
Bougie at all.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
America.
No, it's like one of those
To
reusable
America.
Hang on
straws
one
because I couldn't
second.
find a
Yeah.
plastic straw.
I mean, the straw.
But it's like not bougie. It was probably like 50 cents. It's bamboo.
It's bougie.
It's long.
It's too long. I agree.
Yes. Like I feel like that drink is on your windowsill and you're drinking it from your couch. Like that's the feeling I'm getting.
Well, it's New York, so all of my couch is basically touching the windowsills.
And a rat just ran past it.
Right.
The rat from The Departed
The
is on my
Departed rat.
windowsill.
Oh man.
Are there? I had a fantasy draft last night. Are there
We all
certain
did,
guys?
didn't we?
Well, and I
Yeah,
have two
yes,
more
we did.
today.
Yep.
I have two more today, but I was thinking.
2 more on the day the league starts.
Yeah, I have a day-night doubleheader.
You better hurry
You're a
up.
maniac.
I know. There are certain guys that you will get in fantasy that just make you feel better about your team. I have no idea if they're going to be good, but there are certain guys that if you get them, you feel like your team's going to be good. This year's nominee for that guy, because I got him in the 4th round and I feel like I stole something, is Julio Jones. That is the guy for me. So I just feel like my roster is complete because I have what many people consider to be the greatest wide receiver ever. Do you guys have like just fantasy players that make you feel better about your team? I don't know if Julio Jones is going to be good. I honestly have no idea. I know having him makes me feel better about my team.
It's a weird one, honestly. I think any Kansas City Chief, you get excited about. Like
Right.
It's good
they're gonna
offenses.
score points.
It's
Yeah.
good offenses
Yeah.
that you want.
Fun teams. A big proponent, as I said earlier this week, and just draft some guys that you like to watch, that you want to watch, some teams that you want to be invested in when the red zone rolls around. Throw caution to the wind. I'm about to find out my draft because I've become made aware that everyone was in this draft last night. I just thought we were goofing. So I have no idea it was on my team.
No, I didn't do it. I wasn't in. I didn't accept the invitation.
I'm not a fan of my team.
ASCAP not to track. Always. That's a guarantee with me now.
Mhm.
I'm so happy for the option.
Mike, here's what I mean by this. Okay, just quickly. All right. I took McCaffrey and then I got George Kittle, and then I took a second running back. I took Edwards-Helaire from the Kansas City Chiefs. And
How's his ankle?
I have no idea. I wanted RB2 right there, and I got RB2.
Yeah, he's my RB2 too.
All right, good. And so, but then you start to get concerned about the wide receiver position. I had the overall first pick in the draft, so I have to wait a while between picks. So you start getting concerned about the wide receiver position until, because I don't have a wide receiver yet. And then all of a sudden, Julio Jones is there in the 4th round. And that's what I'm talking about. It depends on when you select the guy and who the guy is that you select. I have maybe the greatest wide receiver after going running back, tight end. I got a guy who could be the best wide receiver in the league this year. And so I feel really good about my team.
He's a little, am I allowed to say
He might
this?
not be.
A little over the hill.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
No, I know but that's my point. Just having him on my team makes me feel good. I don't care that he's a little bit over the hill. I know he's over the
You
hill.
love a name.
Right.
You love a name.
Yeah.
I love that
Nothing
name.
better than a good name.
It was
I
at one
got
time.
that name in the 4th round. That guy used to be the first pick in the draft.
You're upset. You've been obsessed with him since you saw him at Atlanta.
That
Do you
was
also have
never the case.
Do you also have Todd Gurley on your team?
No, I don't.
I'm just saying that's another
I'd
guy
feel
like
great
that.
if I
Like
had him. Right,
he's
I
a
would.
free agent, I think.
Yeah.
No, like a free agent. He's not even on an NFL team. Not in fantasy.
Now's the time.
Buy low.
Like I have Le'Veon Bell. I got him late. Something about it makes me feel good.
Why did
Oh,
you get him
God.
late?
Why?
You are the,
He's not even on the roster.
He's on the Ravens.
No, he's on the Ravens.
What round did
now.
you take Cam?
I didn't take Cam.
Oh wow, it's
I
weird.
did.
You find him as a starting quarterback, but he didn't have a spot on your team.
Well,
Oh,
he's-
I don't like my team in this
Why?
this show league.
Why are you
Mike,
criticizing
you have
me?
so many tight ends,
Yeah.
and you have 2 running backs and 3 tight ends.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah. Well, come at me if you want Zach Ertz with some offers.
It's a tight end league now. I mean,
That's what they say. Oh God, I don't want to watch any of these guys play. I mean, Galladay,
You could have just picked.
Amari Cooper. Nah, I had a Hawaiian ribeye at Hillstone. It was calling me.
FBS.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had it? It sounds kind of gimmicky. What is this?
Out of my
Am I
pay
going to a
grade.
luau?
Can't
You're
afford
going
it.
to put a pineapple on this, but it's subtle hints.
Everyone seemed to be drafting yesterday from an interesting place. Juju appeared to be at a WNBA game, next to
Yeah,
2 Chains, running the
Juju
draft.
was drafting next to like celebrities. I DM'd him. I was like, "Are you doing a draft at a WNBA game, sitting courtside with all these celebrities?" And he was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "Okay, Juju, I'm in bed."
Yeah, I was home.
you expect Juju to roll any other way? Like I get odd texts. Juju's at a lacrosse game and he's texting me. You know, goes to lax games.
Juju went to the golf tournament in Atlanta. He's like Marlins man. He shows up at all these sporting events. Yeah. He's holding the quiet sign, and he went to Alabama, Miami. He's got plugs everywhere.
Billy, you're upset with me for not taking Cam Newton?
Nah, I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
You seem pretty upset with me.
Yeah.
It's an odd thing to be upset
It's
about.
an easy shot.
I took Roethlisberger.
Should be upset about that.
Well, I have Trevor Lawrence as well.
your team, other than Trevor Lawrence, would be so
well,
good 4 years ago.
Well, listen, you have to take the upside quarterback. I did, and then you need to back it up with some stability, and I did that with Big Ben.
You're right about stability.
Right.
He's not moving.
I went Justin Fields for the upside quarterback.
I tried to get him. You went very early, too early. Football.
Football.
I think Joe Burrow's going to bounce back.
Oh,
man, that's a great question, Billy.
I don't even know what I'm looking at with
One
this
more
team.
time for the people in the back.
You want to do our bounce back players of the year? You want to do it right now?
No, wait, hang on. That's a different game.
Bounce
Screw
back
you.
players
Screw you.
of the year.
Is it who needs to bounce back? Are you asking the question, will he bounce back? What are we doing? Are
Is Joe Burrow going to bounce back?
All right, that was the question.
Right.
You know what? Maybe.
How come we don't
Okay.
bounce forward?
Bouncing forward would seem to be more positive. By the way, I would like to say that someone tweeted this at us a little while ago. Get up today on the bottom line, headed into a break. Coming up, if not now, when? How long will Bears sideline fields?
Bunch of thieves. Bunch of
Are you
thieves.
kidding me?
How about
Bunch of thieves.
Are
Stealing
you,
our
that great?
stuff?
Those
are you kidding me?
bastards.
Get up. Yeah, we should put it on to see. Oh, there it is.
You want to steal something from them?
No.
Or like get your own game.
Burn.
I was very confused last night when there was a Team Yo Mama and it wasn't Roy's team.
Who took Yo Mama?
Carl did. He stole my team.
Damn.
He stole your gimmick?
Yes, that's gimmick infringement. I'm not happy about it.
Another candidate for our captain, Carl.
I said that.
You think Dan fancies himself the captain of this team?
Of our team?
Hands off,
I
captain.
mean, he is a captain.
No, I know, but do you think he thinks he's the captain?
I think he knows
Yep.
it. We
Okay.
But it's
started this
not
company.
Chris.
I don't know, Dan doesn't come off as a captain.
Hmm.
You know?
Above captain, maybe.
I mean, I know we all look up to him. We all acknowledge that he's our boss.
Supreme leader.
Yeah, but he doesn't give like rah-rah speeches.
No.
But he goes
No, but he does. He's
to bat
good,
for all of us.
he's good
but-
for a spiritual platitude or two. That's rah-rah,
Right.
is it not?
I guess.
Well, what else would he be? He's not the first mate, right?
Well,
He's not a
Well,
deckhand.
we have a skipper already.
Right.
So
Yeah,
the
we got
skipper.
a skipper.
Skipper's the skipper.
Literally have
Who's
a
the first
skipper.
mate? Hmm.
And that
Dan's
brings
the
us back
first-
to Gary.
Dan's the first 8.
That joke?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sui nominee.
Okay, there you go.
really? Even bad ones?
Yeah.
Uh,
Look, we'll compile this. We're still building out whether or not we want this to be a category.
Field of 68.
Yeah.
Right.
Put it on the poll. Did you know Derek Jeter was being enshrined at the Baseball's Hall of Fame yesterday?
I mean, you live in this. You live down here.
What does that have to do with it?
I mean, it's in the local news. You know, maybe
Billy's-
pay
Everywhere,
attention.
everywhere, nonstop.
Billy,
I've been
you
hearing about
didn't
it.
know. Come on.
Just because you didn't know, Billy didn't know?
I don't think Billy knew. I think it was supposed to happen a year ago. It didn't happen. It happened yesterday. It came out of nowhere.
Well,
I mean,
last year there were things that went on that kind of.
well, there's still things
Stopped.
going on.
You see how people are kind of making the argument because Jeter's getting all the attention, but Larry Walker's also getting in.
Right.
And people are saying, you know, if you really crunch the numbers, the advanced metrics, Larry Walker, better hitter than Derek Jeter.
He probably is. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because Jeter's one of those guys that he just did it for 38 years. Like he was never really the best player. He just
Be
had
very
he had
careful.
good seasons for 25 straight years.
Why are you saying be careful?
Well, he was getting free food a couple weeks ago.
That's
It's
true.
You know,
Love Derek Jeter. Love what he's done with them. Honestly, you can make the argument. Better owner than he was a player.
20-something
That's-
games.
Not at all.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Moreover, I'm starting to think I
Free
prefer Larry
playoff
Walker as
team.
my owner.
Yeah. Larry Walker probably is a better hitter than Derek
I
Jeter.
still maintain Joey Votto's a better Canadian baseball player than Larry Walker,
I disagree.
Yeah,
even though he didn't take that.
You know, he had you swooning. Man, that Joey Votto interview was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's good. And he's good looking.
Super.
Yeah.
A little
He's a
late,
charmer.
but
Yeah.
It's a little late.
yeah.
He was a
Promptness.
couple of minutes
Not
late.
respectful of your time.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one that had the game, 50 minutes after our interview.
I think Jeter's overrated.
Oh, boy.
I don't care. I don't care about the free food. I don't care about going to Marlins games. He had one funny moment yesterday where he thanked all the voters except for the one who didn't vote for him.
Mhm.
Greg Cody.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah. We have our suspicions.
And then he-
It is
Right.
a legitimate controversy back here. Thankfully, we have a private eye on the case. Tony? Can you get down to the bottom of who didn't vote for Derek Jeter? Yeah, we'll check in that. It's pending investigation.
forgot we had a
He just
sleuth.
pulled out a notepad.
You
so.
think Mariano paid someone off to make that happen?
No.
It's possible. I mean, Tony, don't rule that out.
Okay.
So you got him sending like a mass email?
I
I need someone not to
There are
vote.
no
Well,
bad
no.
leads.
Okay. This is the thing. All right.
Look at me, Gumshoe. There are no bad leads.
Let's think about this. Okay. Mariano Rivera, the only person to ever get in unanimously.
Right.
Only one ever.
Uh-huh.
And it happened just a few years ago. So you had decades where nobody got into the Hall of Fame unanimously. Then a couple years later, Derek Jeter, the captain, everybody said this guy's a Hall of Famer. He's going to get in. Not almost everybody. Everybody except one person voted him in first time. Who was that person?
Right.
More importantly, why was that person?
Yeah.
And you're thinking maybe perhaps this person was on the tape.
Perhaps Mariano had something to do with it. Maybe, perhaps. That's all I'm saying. Also, Mariano should not have gone in.
Where is Mariano Rivera from?
Panama.
Mm.
What country has some of the safest banks on the planet?
Panama? I don't know.
It's-
about
So
It is
Billy
Panama
can
Bank.
so
It
Billy
is-
can
it's
take his
Panama.
theory to the bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's our captain.
I mean, it's your fault, Mike. I mean, give him a Suey nominee for the first bad show.
Yeah.
Now he's emboldened.
Yes.
I mean,
All that confidence.
So you guys don't think Mariano's involved in this?
I don't.
I think potentially he could be. I
Can't
think it's a
rule it out
great theory.
either.
Yes.
Possibly.
Right. Yes. Because he wants to be the only guy. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Tony
didn't
brings
know
up
this-
a good question. Has Mariano ever spoken to Greg Cody? Unknown. Should we
Can't
call
rule
him?
it out.
He did request him on the Greg Cody show. But we got denied.
Right.
What is the most
Well,
outlandish
possible
request?
No, I think
Greg
that's
has
what you
made?
Messi.
He's requested Messi.
Has he really? But that's part of the cover up right there.
Yeah, no, you have to keep
act like
separation.
there's no personal relationship. Yeah.
Mhm.
I requested him. He said no. He rejected my request.
Well, no, I think that
This definitely happened.
I think that Greg really thought, I did him a solid. Now he'll come on my podcast. But he's like, Greg, we got to keep the distance. Plausible deniability. I can't come on your podcast. Yeah.
Right.
It was a one-way relationship,
Mhm.
Greg Cody and Mariano. In this theory.
Right.
Not saying it's a fact, just a theory. Mariano got to Greg. Greg did the dirty work. Thought that this would lead to some sort of friendship or bond. Mariano went the other way. Classic Mariano.
I'm going to follow you down this. I think, Tony, you writing all this down? Okay, good. I think it was Mariano. I do. I also think if Jeter was on the Pirates, he would not be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, boy.
Is that fair?
Probably.
Totally fair, right?
Well, he wouldn't be Mr. November because they never made the playoffs. I don't think.
Correct. The teams that he played on were amazing. Derek Jeter was not the reason those teams won 5 championships. He was not.
Easy.
Mike, he was not the reason. He was part of
He was pretty spectacular in the playoffs.
He was.
I know.
I'm kind of with you on his overall
so
career.
Was David Wells. So was David Cohn.
Right, and
so
that's why
was
those teams
Andy
were good.
Pettit. So was the pitching is why they were good, is my point.
You think there is anyone that wears a Yankee cap that says David Wells was more important to their postseason success than the captain?
I do, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You're a liar.
I'll give you this much.
I mean, David Wells pitched some of the biggest games in Yankee postseason history and was outstanding in them.
I'll give you this much, Stugotz. Giambi was safe.
Ooh, Jeremy Giambi.
No. He should have slid. He should have slid.
He was safe.
That makes me angry to this day. Why didn't he slide?
And the cutoff was inefficient.
Terrible.
The cutoff actually made it a closer play than it should have been. He I'll say this: bad leadership out of
Oh,
Derek Jeter
boy.
in that
Well,
moment.
no.
Yeah.
Also, did
You get out of the way?
Poor
Yeah.
choice of a captain. I mean,
Did Jeter really need to dive into that stands, that one play where he's flying into the stand? He took like 6 steps after he caught the
right,
ball.
he could have
Thank
pulled
God for
up.
Nets
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
All right. On December 19th, on December 30th, 2019, Greg Cody posted his Hall of Fame ballot, which had Derek Jeter on it.
Nah, it's easy to
It could have
forge.
easily
Very
be
easy.
forged.
Come on.
It was not forged.
Never heard of these Vax cards,
Signatures on this
Hey, you
ballot.
could
What
forge
does
a
that
signature.
mean?
Part of the
Yeah.
cover up, right?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, with it.
Man? Ever heard of Xerox? You just
Was that
copy
the year
a
he
It
plate.
wasn't
didn't-
a zero. It was
Was that the year he
official
didn't
vote.
vote for Biggio? Because I'm pretty sure
He didn't vote for
Biggio
Biggio.
didn't get in his first year because he missed by like 2 votes,
Nah,
and
he
my
wasn't
dad
the
was
first
one of
ballot
them.
Hall
He
of
voted
Famer.
for Derek Jeter, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Todd Helton, Manny Ramirez, Kurt Schilling, Gary Sheffield, Sammy Sosa, and Larry Walker, according to this.
Yeah, so that was the year my dad kept Biggio out.
Yeah.
Well, he kept him out as a first ballot guy,
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
your dad's right.
And then, but
He
then
wasn't
my,
a first
my
ballot guy.
He's
dad
not a first
voted
ballot
him.
Hall of
No,
Famer,
Biggio's
Chris.
not a first
Your
ballot
dad's
guy,
totally
no.
right
Yeah,
about that.
if you think of Dirty Helmet, you think of Craig Biggio.
Well, I mean,
That's
not
Hall of
the dirty-
Fame worthy.
No,
It's
it's true.
Dirty
Put that on-
Helmet Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
If
put
you
that on
think-
the poll. If you
no.
think of Dirty Helmet, do you think of Craig Biggio?
No, if
Yes.
I think Dirty
Oh, yeah,
Helmet,
yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Manny Ramirez.
Let's do a Dirty Helmet Hall of Fame here.
Yeah,
please.
I love that.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'm surprised he didn't vote
Vladdy?
for Sean Figgins.
Oh, really?
Vladdy had a Dirty Helmet.
Vladdy had a door, yeah.
How great was Sean Figgins back in the day?
Sean Figgins was a
Back then.
fantasy Hall of Famer.
Oh,
That guy
yeah,
could play
absolutely.
all 9
Did you go
positions.
Sean or Sean? I think it was Sean.
I think it was
It was
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah,
It
but
was-
he
yeah,
would
it was
swipe
Sean.
60 bags with his eyes closed.
Tony goes Chone.
Yeah. No, I had a fantasy baseball draft once in Westchester, and someone called him Chone.
Jone. Wow.
I think that's right.
Yeah. Chone.
I don't think he ever stole 60 bases.
No.
Probably not.
I'm checking.
But he
it
got
out.
But he
Baseball
stole 40
reference.
like 55 times.
Did you guys see Starlin Marte, by the way, was traded to Oakland, obviously.
He's playing amazing, right?
You got hit in the head.
He has like over 20 stolen bases in like a month. I think he's the first person to steal 20 bases in the National League and 20 bases in the American League in the same season.
That's incredible.
Just a fun fact I saw on
Fact.
Instagram. So
Is
I don't know if it's
is
real
that
or
a
not.
Billy Gill exclusive?
Well, I took it from Instagram.
62 bag swipe for Figgins in 2006.
Wow.
How about that? Excited. Him and Tony Womack were the go-to guys for steals back in the day. Why are you giving me an
Hey, it's just there's some names you just say.
Womack, dirty helmet, too. Check it out.
Billy Hamilton, kind of disappointing, right?
He was so fast.
Yeah, but that was it. Was he? Great at tap baseball. Really?
Tony, the off mic thing works best if you project.
How do you know that?
Also very far away from him, Mike. Yeah.
Can you scream your takes?
You have to scream, but make it sound like a whisper. No,
There
too
you
loud.
go.
Less bass in your voice.
Less bass, though.
Yeah.
Come on. We're inside.
I mean,
There you go.
There you
Raise
go.
the
Okay,
voice.
there you go.
That's
yeah.
a sweet spot.
I mean, you said it with your chest, and people got scared.
Yeah, say it with your neck, not your
Yes,
chest.
yes.
Did you guys see the projected standings for our
Maybe a
fantasy
shoulder.
draft last night? Team Gill, you seem to be 11th. out of
All
14.
right.
We have 14 teams. on the
Take
slate.
it. That's where I picked, so
Am I 14th?
right on par.
No, Jess, you are 6th.
I'll take it.
Comish's Lobos is supposed to be number 1, and whoever Welcome to something is.
We're all going to send
Ah,
it
Zach
Zach
Harper.
Pumper.
And then Roy, you're 3rd.
So Mean's not in our league.
No, he hates fantasy,
Oh.
famously.
Famously?
Well, just like he's
News to me.
I didn't
I've
know
heard
that.
him say it many times on air that he just hates fantasy. Yeah,
Posada, dirty helmet.
that's a good one.
That's surprising that he was allowed to get away with a dirty helmet.
Yeah, that's true.
You couldn't have facial hair.
What is it,
But you got
pine
the
tar
dirty
on the helmet? Is that what makes it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Manny Ramirez.
that's what I'm saying. Manny was.
you say that?
Yeah,
Somebody said that,
doesn't
yes.
matter.
Damn.
And then Hanley had a dirty helmet when he was trying to be Manny.
Yeah. Vlad Guerrero,
Yep. Him. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
dirty helmet Hall of Fame.
Biggio also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Vladdy also, yeah.
Steve Martin.
Ramirez.
Tony Womack, check it out.
Yeah.
Billy
Guerrero.
Martin or Billy Hamilton, a little disappointing, right?
He sure was.
And
has-
a partner or just a friend?
Just a friend.
But it has to
Really?
be the friend, right?
Yeah,
the
I'll
friend
allow
you
a
could
partner.
you could sit there in silence.
No
and
kid,
it's,
though.
It's not uncomfortable, and you're just
Only
watching
my kid.
games, right? He's not judging you
No
and how
kid.
much you're gambling and all that, and how much pot. You're
Oh, you have
smoking,
to be on the
right?
same page for
Yeah.
sure with
Yeah.
all that stuff. The gambling,
What's the yeah?
just anything else.
Mhm.
Extracurricular.
You can't have someone
Yeah.
sitting there and not game. Like
Said
if
that
you're
wrong.
just a degenerate,
Right.
you can't have someone sitting there judging you. It's the worst.
I was peeking around the house yesterday, and I noticed my wife started getting ready for Sunday.
In
Go
what
on.
sense?
Not Sunday night, Tony. That's for me and you. Sunday. Okay. Well, Billy, what I noticed was,
What's she planning on Sunday?
well, she knows I'll be watching football. And so what I've noticed, now I will walk into the Fresh Market Sunday morning and I will get those delicious wings
Nothing better.
because that is a staple of my football.
Just
Sunday.
a Sunday stroll through the supermarket.
And the first Sunday of the season, you stroll in. You don't stroll in, you strut in.
Wearing your Jet shirt.
Yes. Yep. You strut in, chest out, feeling confident.
Talk crap to other people wearing sports shirts. Like,
Yeah, but sometimes you just give them a wink and a nod because you know what they know. And what we all know is football. And it's a football nod. And it's a football strut. And I will get those delicious wings. I will get the cold cuts. I'll get the perfect bread to put the cold cuts in. I'll get mayo. I'll get some spicy
Say it
mustard.
slower. Say it slower. What are you doing? Just slow down.
Okay. Spicy mustard,
Uh-huh.
mayonnaise,
Mhm.
turkey,
Ugh.
honey maple turkey,
What kind of cheese?
roast beef, all of it thinly sliced. I will get some cheddar cheese thinly sliced.
Munster.
I will probably get some Munster and some white
Oh,
American
wow.
cheese. I like white American cheese. Okay. Again, sliced thin. I get the perfect bread, the sub bread. Chris knows what I'm talking about. The bread makes the sandwich. Period. End of discussion. Bread makes the sandwich. Then I'll get some snacks. I'll get some candy. I'll eat perhaps a little ice cream for Sunday night. Okay. But what I've noticed is my wife already started taking care of some of the preparations. Tostitos, are these staples for you guys? the Tostitos scoops. I have the salsa, and I have the nacho sauce. But here's the big thing. Publix cookies that are shaped like footballs.
Those are good.
What?
Oh, they're fantastic, Billy.
What kind of cookies are they?
They're like shortbread cookies.
How many different grocery stores are you going to? Because you started at Fresh Market and you ended at Publix.
She went to Publix. I go to Fresh Market on Sunday mornings
Look at you.
with my chest out. It's a strut. Little wink, little nod.
White guys. White.
Because the person I'm giving a wink and a nod to knows exactly what it is that I know. That in a couple of hours, football.
Football.
When are you getting there? Like 9 a.m., 9:30?
It's a good question.
8:30?
I get there early to beat the rush.
Yeah. Oh, I love beating the rush.
If there's nothing
All
like
stores.
it. Put it on the poll. Do you love beating a rush?
Early bird gets the worm.
Yes.
Every time.
And so I beat the rush. And then I usually set a tee time for around 10:45 on Sunday. But I play as many holes as I can play in 2 hours. So at 12:45, I am off that course.
And that's when you start panicking and doing all your fantasy lineups. and
That's
setting
when
all
I
your
rush,
stuff at
rush home and put in bets that I shouldn't be making. You're familiar,
The
Chris.
panic. There's nothing worse than the panic of I need to set all my shit with
But-
10 minutes before 1 o'clock.
But it makes you feel alive, does it not?
But you need to set it like with 10 minutes left because everybody's questionable and you don't know what's going on until like right before kickoff.
Right. But the betting stuff, you should probably do well in
Yeah, you
advance.
should take care of
Because it's frustrating. You'll get to the site and, it's overloaded. Everyone's on it, especially week 1. You can't get your bet in. You probably need to do it today. But I'm not going to because I won't feel alive on Sunday. And I want to feel alive on Sunday. And if I get all the bets in, I get them in. If I don't get them all in, I don't get them all in. But at least I'm doing it at 12:50, 10 minutes before kickoff.
What's the over-under on parlays you have set at 1 o'clock on Sunday?
Ooh. I do a goof parlay every weekend.
Got to do a goofer.
You got to do the goofer. It's
Like 8-gamer?
like a 5 to 17 parlay, money lines.
Couple underdogs.
Mostly underdogs. That's what makes it a goof
Couple
parlay.
plus 350s.
Yeah, you got to throw like one lock in there, and the lock loses, the underdog wins.
Make sure to lock your goofers in if you're in a DraftKings state using promo code Dan.
Do you include the Monday night game in these goof parlays, or do you like them to all be done in the 1 or 4 o'clock?
I don't
window?
like the carryover parlay. I don't like the carryover tees. I don't even like the carryover tees where it's a 1 and a 4 o'clock game.
all one. You do first half one, like 1 o'clock first half games.
Yes,
What's your teaser number?
6
6?
on a 2-team.
So that's just like even money?
No, you throw in an extra $10. So if I was to bet a team straight, it'd be 110 to win 100. A teaser's 120 to win 100.
Not worth it for me.
I love teasers.
I love teasers, but I build it up beyond 2.
Yeah.
I mean, teasers can make games.
Especially if I'm using 6 points.
Right. But a
Yeah.
teaser can make a game, Mike, that you would stay so far away from. It makes it look like it's the best bet on the board. It does. I mean, that's what a teaser
And
can
then
do
it goes
for
the
you.
other way in the first quarter, and you're like, damn it.
Right.
I like an open teaser. I know I'll like some team in the future by 7 points more than the established line. I just haven't figured it out yet. But in
What?
the meantime, I like this one team. I'll circle back.
But the Bucks 8.5 tonight. Like, I don't know what to do with that game. Honestly, I have no idea what to do with that. I'm scared to bet the Bucks. I can see the Cowboys with a little backdoor cover at the end. But imagine if it was 2.5. That's what a tease does for you.
Did you see the Cowboys are flying Zach Martin on a separate plane so that they can wait till the last minute to see if he has COVID or not?
They are? How often are we going to see this?
I thought he was ruled out.
I thought he was ruled out for sure. But I guess he can take a test. This is fascinating protocol. Little PJ, little Jerry World PJ.
I mean, someone said he's the Patrick Mahomes of offensive linemen.
Who said that?
I think it was Jeff Saturday.
Hmm.
I'm only saying it because I had no other name. Like, it had to be Saturday, right? Who else
it could
would
have
say
been
that?
Golick because of the Notre Dame thing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, these Notre Dame people like to blow him up a little bit.
He's good friends with Zach. I feel like I think they played on the same line.
And made it to the national championship game that Manti-Te'o year.
Did not cover.
No.
No. No.
No t-shirt for that point differential.
What are people doing with the Bucks here where they're going to go? I was never impressed with the Bucks until the Bucks actually held
Until
up
the
the
playoffs,
trophy.
yeah.
Right. And now everyone has them going 20-0, where only one team has gone 19-0.
Today, I'm just fading Mike McCarthy today. That's how I'm going about this. I think the Bucks are a weird team. Their defense never looked that great until they got into the playoffs, I don't think. When they just turned it up a notch.
I have an announcement to make. No team has ever gone 19-0. I just said that. 18-0.
Can I
72 fans.
did you ever think it was kind of
Patriots were 18-0 until they lost, right?
Right.
yeah, I thought that was more impressive than what the Dolphins did. There I said it.
Oh boy.
No, I
Really?
get the smoke from the Dolphin Twitter, but let me just say this on the
You're
front end.
collecting a lot of smoke this
You
week.
really are.
Look, I apologized already, but I literally
stop
can't
there,
take
though.
a shit in the bathroom without someone standing by it.
Right. You're in demand right now.
It was going so well before the butt.
I just, fans, listen, I won't sign your autograph. You can call me an asshole. I'm glad. I am whatever you say I am.
Mhm.
And if I wasn't Stugotz, then why would I say I am? In the paper, the news, every day I am. Look, I don't know. Just the way I am.
That was Eminem Stugotz, if that's what you were wondering when I was from. Yeah, he's
Of course,
doing the
that's
thing.
what I was wondering. Thank
Yeah,
you, Roy. for
you're
the
welcome.
help there.
Radio won't even
How
play
long will we
Jam.
have sat there until?
I had to fill the silence there.
Mike, you're not concerned that people are starting to hate you?
Look, I am a little bit, but I thought
I know the person that you are, and I know you to be a good, fundamentally good person, Mike. You are a good person, loyal, good person.
It's been eating me a lot recently, and I need to rest again peacefully. But at least have the decency in you to leave me alone when I'm out eating or feeding my daughter, to not come and speak to me. I don't know you, and no, I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. I'm not Mr. Insync. I'm not what your friends think. I can't be a prick. And if you tip me, my tank is on empty. No patience is in me. And if you offend me, I'm lifting you 10 feet in the air. I don't care who was there who saw me destroy you. Call you a lawyer. File you a lawsuit. Smile in the courtroom. Tired of the argument. I don't mean to be mean, but that's all I can be. It's just me. I am. Whatever you say I am.
Eminem guy again?
Yeah, that was Eminem again. Yes.
What's your favorite color, Eminem?
I was just gonna ask what you're stocking up for Sunday.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Love the yellow. Why? What's wrong with yellow?
That's just.
You ever experiment with the
Ooh,
pretzel one?
Chris, Chris, you're saying it like I'm an amateur.
I mean, it's just. I think.
What?
I
Wait.
think-
Whoa,
he's a
whoa,
veteran
whoa,
in
whoa,
this
whoa, whoa,
game.
whoa, whoa, whoa. More
What's your
important question.
favorite, right?
Exactly. What's your favorite?
I mean, clearly red. I think.
Wow.
I just think 10% of people
well,
would say yellow.
hold on a second. I think you guys are talking about yellow M&Ms as the peanut M&Ms, and you're talking about
Always,
just
yes.
one color M&M.
Right.
Yeah. What?
I'm talking about
I'm
different
sorry?
color M&Ms. Aren't M&Ms different colors?
No, they come in different packages, and there's different things inside the M&Ms. Yeah, he's talking about the yellow M&M as the peanut M&M.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Regular though, it's green.
There's red M&Ms, Chris. You're not wrong about that. There's red M&Ms. Like,
Right.
You see,
I was like,
don't
oh my
worry,
God.
you're not worried.
They're all the
There's-
same color?
No.
Isn't
Okay.
the green
No,
M&M
they're
the
not.
sexy M&M?
Yeah, that's the one that.
Yes.
Makes you horny. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Chris. There are green M&Ms and red
confident again?
M&Ms and
Just I
yellow
laughed for a
M&Ms.
second there. I was like, wait, they're all the same color?
No,
No, they're not.
But
They're
they
not.
all taste the
Packaging.
same, Chris.
Yeah.
But peanut M&Ms overrated.
What?
No, they're not, Chris.
No.
Chris, take it back.
Thank you, Tony.
Regular
The
M&Ms
peanut
come in
M&Ms are
black
the ones with the
pack.
peanut inside.
That one
Chris.
I got. Yeah.
Those are the best.
No.
You eat half the shell off. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh my God, you
It's
do
the
that
best.
too?
Yeah, half the shell. Yeah.
Sometimes you let it. I know it's a Skittles thing. But
Right.
Sometimes you let it melt in your mouth, not in your hand, with the M&Ms, and then hey,
Right.
here's a peanut in the middle of this.
It's delightful.
Tony doesn't like it.
Because there's too much chocolate to go with the peanut. So what you need to do is eat half the chocolate, and then it tastes so much better.
Crispy M&Ms, I could do without.
I don't like them. Pretzels, no.
The pretzel one,
Pretzels,
I
I
will-
don't love them. I don't
Pretzel
love them.
M&M's good.
I
Gotta be
F's
honest.
with, as they say.
Yeah.
What about peanut butter M&Ms?
Pretty good.
Interested.
Yeah, pretty good.
I don't think
Really
I've had
good.
it.
It's like a bigger Reese's Pieces.
Those are Reese's Pieces.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're like
Yeah, but a
Reese's
bigger
Pieces,
one.
but with more
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah, I like it. It's like an upgrade from the Reese's.
Yes, I love Reese's Pieces.
Mm-hmm. Mike, you were shaking your head. What's the matter?
You keep asking me the same fucking questions. What school I went to, what hood I grew up in, the why, the who, what, the where, the how. I'm grabbing my hair, I'm tearing it out.
Getting ready for Rick Ross. I'm reading Billy's chapters.
Ricky Rose.
All books should be like that, Bill.
That's not the book. That's just.
There's actually an app, Stugotz, that is like a summary of Audible books that you can listen to that's shorter than the Audible book, and it tells you what's in the book, but very condensed. So it's Spark Notes for audiobooks, I guess.
Okay.
So even listening to people read to you now is too much work. You have to.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, it's
ridiculous.
crazy. I don't have it, but I'm very curious about it because if you can, I don't know, if you can condense a book down to 10 minutes, I feel like you might be missing a lot of the context and research that goes into writing that book.
Who is that for? That has to be for students that don't want to read, right? Because
I think
if
it's
if you're
yeah.
gonna take the time to be interested enough in a book, why would you not want to hear the whole thing if you're gonna listen to it or read it? Like, why would I,
Right.
on my free time, say, you know what? I'm really interested in this Rick Ross book, but only a little bit. So let me get someone reading me just portions of it and telling me what it's about. Like, who are you trying to impress by knowing what a book is about?
My guess is it's for academics who don't want to have to buy an entire book to read the thesis or argument of the book and just to glaze over it and see what it's generally
Get over yourself,
about.
academics.
But I don't know like if there's a more widespread use for it than that.
Did you just tell academics to get over this?
Yeah, academics as a whole, just get over yourself. Thanks, Tony. Tony said good take, but he's 10 feet away from a microphone. Tony's been my hype man on a lot of my really bad opinions lately. And I think he's just setting me up to say asinine things.
Everyone needs a hype man.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's your hype man, Roy?
I don't have one.
Oh, I'll be your hype man.
Great.
Roy doesn't have a hype man. It's true. He does not have a hype man. Billy, you're volunteering?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Roy, why don't you
Good take, Roy.
give a ridiculous hot take right now, and let's see how Billy does as your hype man.
That's right.
I'm gonna okay. Mark Bergevin should have been fired as the Montreal Canadiens general manager
Yeah,
the
fuck
season
that guy.
before. That's my hot take.
Roy's right.
That's it. That's the take.
Yeah, that's the take. That's all I have to say.
You have a longer
Billy, you
one.
have to do more than that.
Well, I mean, the take was very short. I mean,
Yeah, I
That's
mean, I
true.
can't hype him up longer than his
his
take.
Habs take.
You're already being a terrible hype man. You just said his take wasn't good after you just tried to hype up the
Well,
take.
no, it's a scene closed.
The key to being a hype man is it's got to like pick up steam. So Roy's got to like start slowly and then pick up the hot take, and then Billy will start chiming in. And
I think the
Yeah.
Canadiens got lucky
That's
getting into the Stanley Cup final.
Tell him, Roy.
And them drafting the first round pick, it's gonna come back to bite them.
Yeah, worst pick I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's right.
That's right. You tell him, Billy. No. Roy, you're not supposed to say that's right to me. I'm
I
your
know.
hype man.
the hype man
sorry.
can't say more than the guy.
Yeah.
I apologize.
The main man, you
I'm
know.
not used to having a hype man.
All right. Well, now you have one. So
Yeah, I just gotta get used to it. So
the
I
beauty
gotta
of having
formulate
a
what it
hype
takes.
man is you just let anything fly, and the hype man will have your back.
Exactly. You just say
Yeah.
yes.
Anything you want,
whatever.
Roy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then maybe you take it one step further than
Right.
the person saying it, and then that kind of gets them to go further, and it's just a whole,
Okay, mac and cheese,
Yeah.
depending on who makes it,
That's right.
overrated.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
How's that wrong?
Horrible take.
How's that horrible take?
Horrible take.
How's that horrible
Bad
take?
Horrible
take.
hype man.
Bad take.
How's that bad take?
Boo.
Explain
Worst hype
yourself.
man ever.
Bad take. Boo.
Oh my god. All right, fine.
Now I know you don't have a hype man.
Yeah.
Those are your takes. Jeez.
Jeez.
Try again.
Okay.
Crap sucks, though. Tell him, Roy.
Yeah, Kraft does suck.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Whoa.
It does. It absolutely does.
I love
I want
Kraft.
homemade mac and cheese. I want my mac and cheese to have so much cheese That's I don't know.
It's
I was
That
gonna
oozing
it's
say
got
cheese.
so much cheese.
Yeah.
Right, I was going to say
oozing
something
cheese.
So much
disgusting. I'm
cheese and
sorry.
it's got so much cheese.
It's too
Right.
much cheese, Roy.
There's no such there's no such thing as too much cheese. How about that?
I don't know that
How about that?
working.
It's not.
All right. Let's pull the plug.
Yes, pulled.
Stop agreeing with the hype man.
A plug has been pulled.
I mean, he's making good points, this hype man.
Thanks, Roy.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I disagree.
Say it back.
No, I refuse to.
Look into his eyes.
I don't want to look behind me. The microphone's in front of me,
Look
so I'm
into
not
his
going to
eyes,
look.
though.
It's all right. The hype man can get in front of you, I think.
Exactly.
He doesn't have
You're a
to.
good, solid, I love you.
No, he doesn't have to get up.
Say it, Roy.
No,
Say it.
Say it
no,
back.
Say
Say
it.
it.
no.
Say it back.
Say it.
Say it.
Say
Say
it.
it
I
back.
love you. Say
Say
it.
it back.
All right, fine. I will
Yeah,
say.
back.
I will say that I hate you.
Oh, come on, man. That's
Roy.
Why?
Nice
I
to
hear
say
you on
you're
other
hype,
podcasts,
man.
and you're so
Right.
nice.
Gary, did you hear that?
Yeah, well, that's other
Gary,
podcasts. Though.
Gary,
Gary, did you hear that?
That's other podcasts. Though.
why are you so mean on this one?
You know,
You're very
because-
surly individual on this one, but I listen to Cinephobe. What's Cinephobe?
It's the podcast where they ascertain bad movies to see if they had a fair shake or not.
You
That
sound
is
like
that
a
one.
delight on that podcast, and I fell in love with that Roy. I want to work with that Roy.
Yeah, well,
That Roy is all
that-
puppy dogs and ice cream.
That's
That's
different
just,
Roy.
just I have a question.
What was that?
Go around the room here.
Oh, great. Around the room.
Yeah.
Or
All the rooms. Yeah.
It's just the harumph thing.
Harumph.
There's a steady harumph with you that it's
Right.
just it's not very inviting.
It'll be on my tombstone.
Harumph,
Harumph.
Here lies Roy. Harumph.
That's right.
mama. Here lies Roy.
I
Wait,
harumphed your
Ascertain.
mama.
who had the question?
There was a
Billy had
question around the room.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go around the room.
I love going around the room.
Roy, how many times have you been on Cinephile?
Twice.
Cinephobe. whatever it's
Cinephobe
called.
twice. Cinephile once.
You've been on Cinephobe twice.
Yes.
Wow.
You guys, how many times have you been on Cinephobe?
Which one is that?
That's the
That's the
mean
one with the phobe, not the
Yeah.
foul. Yeah.
Is that a means?
It's the one where they're
Yeah,
afraid of
me and
movies.
Where
Zach
you
Harper and
ascertain.
Anthony Mays. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Adnan's the one where he wants to fuck movies.
Yes. That's
Billy 30 seconds ago. Told me to
Sexual
stop saying the
tension.
F
Well,
word.
because now I can mark it. Here's the thing. I don't know
Oh.
what's going on here. I had a thing pop up on my computer that it said this might be a counterfeit version
Yeah.
of the program
That's
we
been-
use. And I'm like, what's
What?
going on
That's
here?
been popping.
And it wasn't letting me mark
Yeah,
all the
right.
curse words.
This is two Americas when it comes to working in the studio and on remote. It happens. Just bypass.
Yeah, but I
it.
couldn't mark all of your F words. So I was,
Two. You've said
There's
3
always
since
gotta
I
be
said
one.
I,
second.
I marked them all. God bless the person editing this
someone
hour because 1, 2, 3, not it.
not it.
Malware that prevents us from bleeping f bombs. Like that's the way they infiltrated the Levitard show.
That's right.
Yes.
Because there were like multiple f bombs in yesterday's episode, and they were all from me.
And-
That's
and-
right.
Yeah. They
Mhm.
get through. I'm not a fan of it. And just know if you can hear my voice, I'm sorry.
Mm.
Not the intention.
oh,
We're
no,
supposed to
you
believe
are.
them here on the flagship.
Jess, how many times have you been on Cinephobe?
I didn't answer yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Going around the room. I mean,
Yeah,
Once.
once.
Tango and Cash.
How many
Wow.
times have they asked you to be on and you'll be like, I'll get back to you, buddy?
7 or 8 breaths.
All
right. Yeah, so point to this question. I'm sorry.
Well, we're getting to
I've
it.
never
We're
going
to answer
around the room.
question,
He's-
Billy.
yeah,
I've
we're not-
never been on. I've never been asked to be on.
Mike?
I've been on twice. I just made my second appearance.
Nice.
Yeah. Doing Cocktail and I did Mortal Kombat. And we did, I guess technically 3, but that was a Mystery Crate episode for Mortal Kombat 1. So I've been on Cinephobe proper twice.
But
Yeah.
you did Cocktail. Now they're doing movies they don't like. You liked Cocktail.
I thought I liked Cocktail.
But you
It
didn't
been a
age?
while.
It didn't
now
age well?
realize that you did
It's
it.
been a while.
Well, what happened?
It's problematic.
It's a problem. Oh, we didn't include Freedom on that one as well. So I guess it would be 3 technically.
Freedom doesn't count.
Yeah,
Doesn't
you're
count,
just
okay.
trying to flex.
Well, what happened?
What? Cocktail?
Mike,
Watch
you
it
have.
back.
No, I don't want to watch it back. I want to remember
Or
it
you
the
can
way it
listen to
is.
Cinephobe.
You have the whenever.
Ascertain.
Yeah, thank you.
But I
You're
thought
welcome.
you and I were always in on any movie that has like the cagey vet teaching the young new guy, the hot shot, you know, and you have that in that movie.
Right, but the KG vet in this movie in 2021 comes off super rapey.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Problematic.
It's a problem.
Mhm.
It's a problem.
Did we go all the way around the room? or-
No, not yet.
Well, we went all the way around a room of people who were asked to be on Cinephobe.
Right.
Whole row of people back here never been asked.
Big
Uh-huh.
goose egg.
Whole row.
Cody, you've never been on? I'm
Mm-mm.
shocked.
Mm-mm.
When
Well,
Chris is
he's
competing.
team file,
Right.
not
Yeah.
team phobe.
You know,
Sure.
that's a recent thing, cinephile. So
Yeah,
I could have been asked.
Pre-file
before.
folk
Yeah.
days. I feel like I'm surprised.
I've even guilted Amin a couple times about this and still haven't gotten the invite. So it's the real
Really?
sign.
What you gotta
you
do
tried
now.
to force your way on there?
Not force my way on, but just make little
Just-
joking comments about,
Yeah.
I've never been on.
This is what you
Right.
say now. I'm never going to be on.
Mhm.
Say it. Is that the stance we're going to take now? I don't know.
You say it first, Billy. I'll
Well,
follow
let's
you.
See if they ask first. They haven't yet. Nor
So
will
that's
they.
the point, huh?
Do you send subtle little things like Chris does to try to get yourself onto the podcast? Little hints?
No.
No? You're good not being on it?
Well, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, it hurts my feelings.
I've been on it once. It was fun.
I mean, how many times have we asked, to be on Mystery Crate and all these other things? We try to share things with him, and it seems like, yeah, and Zach Harper too.
Right.
If we're gonna be honest, what the hell's he doing in our fantasy league, right? I mean, we're all
Wow.
thinking
so
it.
true.
I mean,
What is he
Anthony
doing?
Mays is in the fantasy league
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Anthony Mays picked Kittle before Darren Waller.
It's a big
What?
mistake. I spent the entire second round praying Waller would be there for me, and I was stuck with Kittle. Who is this person?
He's their producer on Cinephobe.
What's cinephobe?
Where they ascertain, the bad movies to see if they got a fair shake or not. That's Cinephobe.
Yeah, I'm bleeping all that out.
Okay.
None of that.
None
No
of
more
that.
plugs. For
You
them.
didn't even bleep the F word.
That's right. I'm not going to bleep that, but I'm
Okay.
going to bleep any mention of Cinephobe.
Okay.
Promise you that
Cinephobe.
right now.
Cinephobe.
Check out Cinephile today, by the way.
That's right.
You're not going
We
to
have
bleep
Ryan-
that?
The title says best title to a podcast ever.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's pretty good.
We have Ryan Rosillo on this week.
Wow.
Nice.
Did you guys know that he is now trying to be
Right,
like a
right.
screenwriter?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not know that.
Trying, he is.
Nah, he's
And-
been trying that for a while, right?
Yeah, he's apparently good at it and is getting some stuff made, and we talked to him about it. Good
I
stuff.
believe it.
Yeah.
He also shares a good Skip Bayless story
Entourage reboot.
from when they were at ESPN and Skip Bayless complained about him.
With him starring in it. And Cerruti.
Oh, Cerruti was a handsome man.
Oh,
Good
my
hair.
God, great hair.
Yeah. Back
God
in the
rest
day.
his soul.
The bun really worked
He's
for
not
him.
dead.
He's
Oh, you're
not
saying
dead.
was it? The
No, he's
past
still
tense. I was
alive.
worried. Oh, okay, good.
No,
That's
he's still with us. I talked to him the other day.
the largest
Right.
of fines, by
Doing
the
all
way,
right.
Bill.
How's he doing?
He's doing well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm working with interesting people.
He's asked me to come on John Yastrzemski's. I think that's his name.
He was doing a show with
Yaz's?
Scalabrini.
Yeah, Scout
Yes,
Pals.
yeah.
Great show.
Uh-huh.
Never.
White Mamba. But Cerruti has asked me to come on this podcast like 5 times. And
What podcast?
John Yaz, I don't know, Yastrzemski or something like that.
What?
A Ringer podcast. He's asked me to be a guest on the podcast. I asked Mike if I could do it. Mike said I could do
The
it.
New York, the
I
New
still
York
haven't
podcast.
done it. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a smart idea by the Ringer.
Asking me to come on.
No, to
Or
have,
hiring him.
have a regional podcast
Right.
that just covers New York sports.
He was an overnight host at WFAN, so they hired him to do. New York
What are you
sports
waiting on,
essentially.
though?
Been busy. Yeah.
Been doing stuff.
Yeah, Our show,
Yeah, things. Yeah.
Dead shows,
Our show.
traveling, stupidity.
Watching U.S. men's national team soccer.
I mean, I'm an expert now. Soccer's back.
Yes,
Right,
Jastrzemski,
yeah.
John Jastrzemski.
Yes, that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday we did a bit where we went around trying to figure out what the best triple was, and we left one out. What is that? Triple Crown.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Wow.
We also
You got
left
two
out
of 'em.
triple bypass.
That's not as good.
Well, I mean, you have to
It's
have
good
a floor,
if it saves
don't
your
you?
life.
Yeah.
Great points, two guys.
Mm-hmm.
Triplets.
Triplets.
You think
yeah.
that's a floor? That's worse than a triple bypass? You would.
I like a triple
Wow.
stack.
Triple stack is good.
Triple X Undercade. Oof.
Triple Lindy.
Ooh.
No one knows what that is.
What is today's show?
It's
I don't know
something.
what this is airing. Is any of this airing?
I don't know. I just
I
wrote
have
down
no idea.
soccer. Are we doing the grid of death today?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we're
Oh,
also going to
yeah.
do a post-game show for
Oh,
Thursday
great.
Night Football on our YouTube.
Okay.
Our YouTube page. Batard and Friends is the name of the YouTube page, and we are going to trot out something with this post-game of tonight's game between the Bucks and Cowboys that we hope to make a regular part of our football coverage this season, and that is deliver to you a proper post-game show after the 4 o'clock games on the Red Zone.
Right.
Go to YouTube. We will be live with instant NFL reaction on that page. Make us a part of your weekly NFL Sunday routine. The entire cast and crew, whenever Stugotz is not at a dead show and I'm not in Kansas City and wherever the hell Dan is. But I can promise you Dan will be on it on Sunday. How about that?
This Sunday?
He will be on it on Sunday.
Wow.
And if the Browns win, you know I will be zooming in, super charged up, and probably with liquor coursing through my veins, making my wife drive home.
So
and,
we're doing.
and if they lose,
Yeah.
If they lose, I will
Still with the
probably
liquor, though.
have liquor coursing through my veins, asking my wife to drive home.
But do
Right.
I have to come on if the Jets lose? I'm in a foul
You
mood
have to come
the
on every
entire
week.
I do?
Yeah, that's
I have to?
well, if
Wait.
you can make it, yeah.
Okay.
You want to skip all the Sundays that the Jets lose? So you're going to come on what, like 2 shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
How'd he play?
That's an absurd request.
It
It's the first
is.
time being a fan of this team has worked out for me.
No, Sundays you're usually in a good mood either way because Jets lose, but Stugotz wins
Right.
because that's his designated sex day.
Yeah, but now this
Yes.
is cutting into that time.
It is. I mean, Mike, that is the time.
Prime
You
time.
wait, no, you don't have sex at 6 o'clock. You squeeze in your sex
My-
after the 4 o'clock. After Kyler Murray heaves a pass to
When
get
Tony
a backdoor
naps.
cover
Before
on-
S and F.
Yes.
before SNF.
Mike, right after the last second of the last 4 o'clock game, I have, maybe an hour. I don't need more than, 5 to 6 minutes, but I have an hour window to get this done before Sunday Night Football
hour?
starts. Yeah.
I'm thinking pre-fresh market.
I hope Gary's not listening.
I hope he is.
What am I going to do now? And usually that hour is spent shaving. Okay.
Oh God,
Because your wife-
this is just getting too graphic.
Wow.
How about while you're preparing to have sex for 5 minutes, you join us on the YouTube page?
Very uncomfortable.
All right. So I don't need to be there the entire time, is what you're saying. Make an appearance, show up.
probably shouldn't have said. I shouldn't have used that phrasing on the YouTube page.
Mhm.
I should have said arrive.
Right.
How long will we be on there? I need to plan this out, Mike.
Abby doesn't like the scruff, huh?
She doesn't like, no,
much.
not against her face. She
Too
does
much.
not. Right.
Right.
You're a face-to-face passionate lovemaker.
I mean,
You look into her eyes,
I do, yes.
and she looks back.
Occasionally.
This is too
Eyes are
much.
closed usually.
You're always closed.
This is.
It's almost like just get it over with. I mean,
Hurry up.
yeah.
And then get off me.
I like a romantic glance, but then I get like nervous and I just start looking somewhere else.
Wait, you try to set up the
Oh, it's just-
glance.
I just asked my wife to give me a tip of the cap and just keep it moving.
Yeah,
Just a little head nod.
Your wife doesn't mind the beard?
She does.
Okay.
Yeah. Just generally, she doesn't like the mustache shit that I've been doing lately.
My wife hates it.
Mm-hmm. But I look so weird without a beard. My
By
mustache?
it, I meant me, Roy.
Oh, okay.
Wait, your wife hates my mustache? How'd you know?
She loves you.
Yeah.
I wish she'd love me the way she loves you.
Oh,
Weird.
It's weird.
Right.
She does make a lovely meatloaf.
She does?
I don't know what this episode is.
I don't know. That's the title of this
Weird,
episode.
but,
Weird.
but Jessica's filling out that drafts app right now.
Can I come back yet? Are we done?
I don't know.
It was-
No idea.
That's what she said.
I was literally laying out during that segment,
So the meatloaf is
trying
good.
to hide.
Onions?
Sometimes.
You guys,
Barbecue sauce
She
sometimes.
uses ketchup and she bakes it.
I was gonna say, do you dip
should've
your
used
meatloaf
barbecue
in
sauce.
ketchup?
No.
Does it like she bakes it?
Yeah, but you gotta
on
have a
top.
little side extra for the dipping. A little dip.
Do you really? I think if it's made correctly, you probably don't need that, Chris. I think it's dry if you need ketchup on meatloaf.
This is the kind of banter you
True.
can expect every Sunday after the Niners and Cardinals always end up being the late game.
That's right.
How many times do they play? It feels like 7. Yeah, it's not fair. They have at least 17 division games against each other.
I will say this week
It's
one.
baseball.
Yeah, and it's always it's just why am I watching this? Oh yeah, I somehow have it in a teaser.
The week one 4 o'clock slate is as good as I've seen for 4 o'clock games.
Oh, I told you.
fantastic.
Put the kids to bed. It's got to be a classic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Browns Chiefs. I cannot wait to zoom in live from Arrowhead as I'm drinking Chiefs fans' tears and yell at them for their cultural appropriation chants.
You would put the Chiefs on upset alert, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm
You're
taking that
setting
6.
yourself up.
I'm taking that money. I'm taking that 6. I'm taking that money line.
I actually wanted to discuss Baker Mayfield with you. For
Let's
a
do
second,
it.
Mike, because
They should have
this-
given him his contract because he's going to end up being the highest paid quarterback in the league. You mark my words. Another 2-way prediction. Bam.
Well, did Baker want the contract?
They
He's
should have.
not going
they
to be
should
the
have done it.
highest paid quarterback in the league. He's not going to
No,
pass Mahomes.
Billy, hold on a second.
He's
He's
number
in a
one.
con-
Josh Allen is the new number one highest paid quarterback, and that's the way this thing goes. Every quarterback ends up setting the new high water mark. The Browns probably should have done this one sooner because caps will go up, and maybe you could have had a more team-friendly deal. But that is my prediction. Baker Mayfield will, at some point here during this contract negotiation, be made the highest paid quarterback in the league. That'll set a new high water mark for the next person to pass.
But did Baker want the contract? Was he asking for it?
Yeah, Baker wants a long-term contract, but I think Baker's going to have an excellent year for betting on himself.
Mike,
He's in
that's what I'm
tremendous shape now.
But that's what I'm saying. By rolling the dice a little bit and betting on yourself, if he has the type of year that you think Baker's going to have, Baker's going to be, to your point, the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. If he took the deal before this season, he would not be the highest paid quarterback
Baker,
in the NFL.
and there are several quarterbacks I would make the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. A reminder, I'm not arguing that he's the best quarterback in the NFL. I'm just arguing that that's the way this thing goes. He just happens to be up
That's
at the right time.
Josh Allen signed a 6-year, $258 million contract. Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year, $450 million.
Yeah, but what is it per
contract.
year? What's a cap
Per
number?
year, though.
Yeah, per year.
I mean, he's making $52 million at the end.
At the end, but per year, like
On a
look it up
per-year
at
basis
Spotrac.
right now,
Yeah, that's how they spin it.
I understand what Billy's saying.
No, I understand what Billy's saying. There's more years and more money, but
You'd rather have the Mahomes contract, but annually, Josh Allen's making more
yeah,
money.
the
Right.
Patrick Mahomes thing might end up looking like a bargain by the time that at the end of that contract year. That's why the cap numbers always end up going up.
Like in baseball, Stanton got the big one, Bryce Harper, and then they've kind of stopped, right? I mean, might that happen in football? Like, there's got to be a max.
They'll just keep increasing the cap, I
I
think.
think there's only 1 year that Josh Allen's making more than Mahomes.
Okay, so Mike was right.
No, Mike was wrong. Every other year, Mahomes is making more than Josh Allen.
Okay, well, all right. I don't want to bog down myself with this, but there's a year that Josh Allen's the highest paid quarterback in the league. What year is that?
2022.
I'll be right then. Cool. Next year. Awesome.
Next year. For next year, for 1 year only.
That was a Mike Ryan exclusive.
Yeah, but I think the total matters, and if there's 10 years in the contract and you're only the highest paid for one, I mean, Mahomes gets paid more money.
It does. We're having two separate conversations. This year, Josh Allen is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. After that, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. What Mike and I are saying is if Baker Mayfield has a really good season and the Browns do as
Agents
well,
love
and I think both will happen.
Agents love that shit. They
Right.
want their client's name out there.
He's
highest
just the
paid
next
quarterback
guy.
in the
That's
league.
all it is.
Yeah,
It's the next guy in line.
You can
That's
fiddle
it.
with the numbers. Everyone gets restructured. It's all
Right.
bullshit. And as bad as they look, the organization can somehow always get out from these contracts. I do not understand NFL contracts one bit, but I do understand agents and how they want to make their clients happy.
But like Chris, if when Baker signs this deal, the next guy is going to be, I don't know, it could be Trevor Lawrence. It could be one of the quarterbacks from this. It could be Jalen Hurts if he turns out to be really, really good. Like there's going to be a next highest paid quarterback within a season or two after Baker gets it. I'm just like, I think Baker not getting the contract, it's a mistake by the Browns.
I agree.
And Baker's fortunate because Baker, I think, is going to have a big year. Man, I thought Baker Mayfield, the first season I saw him, I remember telling you, like, oh, my God, you have a quarterback. I
He's
thought he
had
was going to be
very-
great. I don't know if he's
Been a
great. Right,
Been very herky-jerky with his career, right, Stugotz? But
Yes.
he's had 4 head coaches
right.
in 3 years. 2 of those head coaches were 2 of arguably, if we're putting together a top 5 list of worst NFL coaches of all time, Freddie Kitchens and Hugh Jackson would be on those lists.
Rich Kotite.
Yeah, they would be on there with Rich Kotite. They were terrible.
Right.
Cam
Oh,
Cameron,
that makes me smile
terrible
so
head
much.
coaches.
Cam Cameron.
They were awful head coaches. Now he has a good head coach and good play caller, and in a system that's very quarterback friendly. That every time a quarterback continues to play in that system, they get stronger. It makes the game easy. They have discovered that rolling Baker Mayfield out is a really good thing. He's got a load of talent on the outside. If he makes it work with Odell Beckham Jr., because that's always been the issue with Baker Mayfield. Every time that we've seen him be like the guy that could arguably garner one of these contracts that's highest paid in the league.
Right.
He's done so without Odell Beckham Jr. on the field. If he gets on the same page in an offense that exploits individual matchups the way that the Browns and Stefanski do, then that's really bad news for the league, and Cleveland is expected to have a really good team.
We said that last year, and I believe that. I firmly believe it. Like, Baker is trying to force the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. When he was removed, when he was off the field, Baker was better. He wasn't thinking as much. He played better. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Baker also needed.
I mean, Mike, the
some.
numbers are better when Odell's not there. For Baker, the numbers are better.
Baker was immature. Baker was immature about his preparation for professional football. His body wasn't right. You look at him now; he's got legs like tree trunks. He's taking it more seriously. I think the talk has simmered down a little bit. He'll still be cocky. He'll still be liking tweets, but I think he's growing up as a man, and I think the Browns will benefit from that. I truly believe that the Browns are good to the point that they're kind of underrated.
I think the
because
Browns
people
are
are
Super
holding
Bowl
what happened.
good, Mike.
People are holding
They're
what happened
Super
2
Bowl
years
good.
against them when they had Freddie Kitchens. I think the Browns are really good, and I hope to see them prove it on Sunday. I really do.
If people doubt the Browns, the only reason they're doubting them is because of the Chiefs. That's it.
Be kind of like the Alabama thing. It's a tough measuring stick. This is
Right.
a team that I think most
Well,
people would pick to be in the Super Bowl representing the AFC.
But they have all the parts. Defense is very good, perhaps the best defensive player in the NFL.
in Myles Garrett.
In Myles Garrett.
They paired him with Jadeveon Clowney. The D tackles, unknown. They've lost some people there, but there's good words out of camp. The linebacker unit's probably the weakest unit on there, and they got a guy in JOK that should boost that. The secondary, they pumped a bunch of money in.
Right.
They took a first-round draft pick in Newsome, opposite of Denzel Ward, who struggled to stay healthy. Delpit's coming back. He was a draft pick from last year that was out of LSU that a lot of people were excited about. The Cleveland Browns offensive line is one of the best units in the entire NFL.
They have the two running
receivers are
backs.
super
Yep.
deep.
Mhm.
They have two great running backs, and they're actually deeper than just those two. And they have a quarterback that is proving to you that he can make all the throws required out of an elite quarterback that you want to see. He just gets a little too turnover prone, and he gets turnover prone when he targets Odell Beckham Jr. So if he fixes that, look out.
Dak Prescott's making $75 million this year.
It's crazy.
All in 1 year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very front loaded.
Yeah.
that's-
That's ridiculous. $75 million.
So he's the highest paid quarterback in the league this year.
How many
Yeah.
playoff games has Dak Prescott played in? Has he played in one?
He's certainly played in one because he started over Romo, and I remember that was a controversy. Somewhat. I think he's won one.
Did you say $75 million?
Yeah.
That's like the weird
Jumped
Michael
up.
Jordan year. It's like the weird Michael Jordan year where he got like $50 million of the cap.
He's going against the best defensive line in football tonight with no offensive line. Dak Prescott,
Yeah, with no Zach Martin.
welcome back. Oh, other guys too. Collins is banged up. I don't know what to do with tonight's game, man. I'm really torn. Because people think this Bucs team is going to be like the best team of all time. The defense is fantastic.
They brought everybody back.
Well, not only that, Mike, head coach came back because usually when you win a championship, teams start poaching your coaches, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, even special teams coach. All those guys are back, and Brady's back.
I don't know what to do with 8 points, but I picked them as my 16-point confidence game tonight in both of my confidence pools. A little bold Thursday night prediction.
Wow, you're putting all your eggs in the first game basket. Very dangerous game.
You really are.
But then if you get the first game right, the rest of your weekend, you're like, I already got that 16-point game under my belt.
You get the Thursday
Feels
night
pretty
tucked
good.
away, right? You move on with your weekend.
Exactly.
It's a good feeling. 16 points. You're fine. Look at me like I'm a gambling expert.
We have breaking news as of yesterday when it became public NFL vaccination data. Now, I still don't know if Christian McCaffrey's vaccinated, Stugotz. But league-wide, 93.5% of the players are now vaccinated. It's nearly identical to the vax rate before the rosters were cut to 53. 7 teams are over 95% vaccination rate, including 2. I believe that is the Buccaneers and the Falcons that are at 100. There are 0 teams under 80%. That comes courtesy of Lindsey Jones.
I had to lock up McCaffrey with Chuba Hubbard. Is it Chuba or Chuba?
I think it's Chuba.
Chuba.
Yeah, Okie State.
I had to lock him up.
Yeah. Go Pokes.
Handcuff. You guys want to play a little game of worst to first? I love football. Football is here. Worst to first. You want to play
Yeah, we
it?
can do it. Hang on, let me get the music
Okay.
for worst to first.
Chris, you've been waiting for this forever.
Hang on. Got to get the worst to first music.
Yeah. Every year in the NFL, there are teams, because the NFL is ridiculous, right? There are teams that go from worst to first in their division. And so I was looking at last year's standings and trying to find the team as I place my O's and U's, and there is nothing like placing season-long O's and U's. Win totals. I have the Jets over, by the way. Look at that schedule. I can't believe I said that out loud. I take it back. I'm not betting the under. So I will give you guys the teams that finished in last place last year in their division. And I will tell you which one I think is going to go from worst to first. Now, there's an obvious one out there. I'll get to it in just a second. Here are the teams that finished worst in their division. This is very exciting. The Jets, the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Denver Broncos, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions, the Atlanta Falcons, and the San Francisco 49ers. And what I am telling you and the audience is one of those teams who finished last in their division last year is going to win that division this year. Who's it going to be?
What I'm telling you is it won't be an AFC team.
Oh, I'm telling you it will be an AFC team.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
What?
Well, you guys are going to go Niners, right?
Yeah. Niners or Eagles just based off the NFC East.
Maybe
being weak.
Falcons? Good offense?
That NFC South had a run where people would go from worst to first.
Maybe the Falcons, because like we said earlier, I wasn't really impressed with the Bucks until the Bucks held up the Lombardi Trophy. The other teams are not very good. The Saints lost Drew Brees, but they have a good defense. Carolina Panthers trotting out Sam Darnold. Maybe, Chris.
Well, the Falcons' defense is bad, but you never know with that offense.
I'm on that over week 1. That's a free play for you guys. Eagles Falcons over. That's a 2.5 unit play for your boy
Really? Already in?
on DraftKings Sports.
I will put it in 4 minutes
I'll go
before
down.
kickoff.
Gambling problem? 1-800-MINUTE.
Did you put it in already?
And in Indiana, 1-800-9 with it.
So in the AFC.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear this. What do you got?
Well, I think a lot of people would say the Eagles too, right? Bad division.
Yeah, bad division.
Eagles.
Eagles and Niners. Most rational people would say Eagles or Niners in this spot.
Okay.
But you're a madman. Bit of a wild card.
I am. So my choices are the Jets. You know I'm not choosing them. The Bengals, not happening. That leaves 2.
Yeah.
You're going to think I'm crazy.
I know you're crazy.
I think the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Stugotz.
What?
They're in the same division as the Chiefs.
So, also same division as the Raiders and the Chargers, who aren't very good.
You can't be the
Whoa.
quarterback is everything guy and then pick the worst quarterback in the division to win the division, to beat the likes of Patrick Mahomes,
Why can't I do
Derek
that?
Carr, and Justin Herbert.
I could do what I want.
Yeah, you could, but
yeah,
just know how
yeah.
incredibly inconsistent even for you this is.
I don't think it is. Can I give you my reasons?
Sure.
Von Miller's back. That's one of the best defenses in the NFL. There's a reason quarterbacks have that team on their list when they want to leave the place they're currently at. Aaron Rodgers being one, Deshaun Watson being another.
Yeah, because they're a quarterback away.
Well, no, because their wide receivers are very, very good.
Right. No, because they are a quarterback away.
Right, but they want to play with those wide receivers and play with a defense that's that good.
Yeah.
Right?
Best safety tandem, arguably, in the league.
So occasionally, Mike, you'll have a team where all the things kind of, fall in place, right? And you have this coach, Vic Fangio, and no one plays it closer to the vest than Fangs, right?
So you're increasing your argument right now. I'm confused. Are you giving
No.
me reasons to go against us?
He chose Teddy Bridgewater because Bridgewater is not a guy that turns the ball over that often.
Mm-hmm.
And so my feeling is here, run the football, stop the run.
Run the football with who?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever
Right.
their running backs
You are
are.
so full of shit.
I think the
Javonte
Broncos are going to be
Williams.
really good. Javonte Williams.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a starter right now. He's a rookie.
Run the ball.
Yeah.
Stop the run.
Run the ball with
Don't
who?
turn the ball.
Great at North Carolina, though.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah, he was really good at North Carolina. I know firsthand.
Listen, running backs are a dime a dozen right now in the
Dime a
NFL.
dozen.
Right.
A dime a
seriously.
dozen.
Dime a dozen.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
Uh-huh.
You can find him anywhere.
Melvin Gordon's there.
Plug and play.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Feeling
He's
even
been
better
there.
about
He's
it.
been there. He was there
Wow,
last
that's
year.
great. Wow.
Yeah.
MVP season for Gordon. Yeah, Bridgewater not turning the ball over. A really good offensive line. Perhaps the best defense in the NFL.
Perhaps.
And I know the Chiefs are in that division, but you just got to beat them once. You got to beat them at home. You win your
You
home
gotta- I
game.
think
Take care
you
of business at
technically-
home, lose to
you
them on
gotta
the
beat 'em
road.
twice.
Well, you do, but you don't.
Exactly.
Depends
you're
how
right.
everything works
You
out.
could technically lose
Right.
both times
Right.
and still win the division.
This is a team, I am telling you, that is going to win the AFC West. I'll tell you right now. I think the Chiefs, Billy and I started pointing to this and pointing it out last year. I think the Chiefs, something's off there. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there is something off in Kansas City. And you started to see it. Now, Billy and I said it week 8 of last season. And you didn't start to see it until the
Check it.
Super Bowl. Right? But once you saw it, we all saw it, right?
They went 14-2. I don't think any of us saw it.
But the last game they played a
Yeah.
little bit off.
Well, the offensive line, they lost their offensive
They
line.
lost a step.
They lost a left tackle
A step.
Right? A step.
and a right tackle.
How is that left tackle? How's he doing? Is he back?
No, I think he's out. Fisher's still out.
There you go.
Yeah,
They
Fisher's
spent
not
a
on
lot
the
of
team.
money the Chiefs did on offensive line this offseason.
Bad
Yeah,
money.
but
Right.
I don't know.
And why? Because they want to stop Von
see.
Miller. To my point.
Good
I think
point.
they just want to protect the guy that's going to be making $75 million at one point. What is it? What is this? No, $50 million. What does Patrick Mahomes peak at? At least 17 guys are the highest paid quarterback in the league
Right.
in the next 5.
I think that's
Yeah.
what we've established.
Yeah.
Now, the Chiefs had 461 points the year they won the Super Bowl. Last year, 473. A little step off, a little something
This is
wrong.
how it
Something is
happens.
not right. The
Yeah.
chemistry is not the same.
Very
You
slowly.
Right. Whenever you score more points than you did the year you won the Super Bowl,
Misleading.
that means things are starting to fall apart, Mike.
You know what? You're going to look like a genius after week
That's
1.
why I do it.
After
Yes.
week 1, when the Broncos take on Danny
Thank
Dimes and the Chiefs lose at home to the Cleveland Browns, you're
Thank
going to
you.
be sitting pretty.
That's a tough one, week 1.
For
Broncos at Giants. It's just like, I don't know.
is it a 4 o'clock window too?
Must win.
I'm doing the confidence thing, and I'm just like, I have no confidence in this game.
Oh, I do.
But you'll bet it anyway.
You think who?
I'm going to go with that defense against a very turnover prone
Yeah.
Danny Dimes.
In New York, though, I guess home field.
Okay.
It's a nothing game.
Yeah.
It's just tough, though. It's just like, you
Well, it's
don't
on the
know.
road. Can you do it on the road, Teddy Bridgewater?
Nothing burger. Yeah.
This is the type of analysis you can get after every late window on
No,
your
I-
NFL Sundays.
After the games, we'll know if they could do it.
And Billy,
You'll have the result in hand, and you'll be further emboldened to sound like an absolute ass.
listen to me. Listen to me.
Me?
Billy,
It's part of the contract of doing radio.
look at the
We're always
Broncos
listening.
schedule. Just hear me out.
I see it. I'm seeing.
My-
What
Had
you're
no choice
seeing.
in the matter.
They're at
I'm
the
looking at it right now.
They're at the Giants. They're at the Jaguars the following week. They're home with the Jets. I mean, it's all lining up.
You know what that
Little
means?
They
3-0
have to play
start.
the Chiefs twice, the Raiders twice, and the Chargers twice.
Okay.
But look at how it starts.
But they don't have
Yes.
to win either of those games, according to Stugotz.
Don't
Right,
look
yeah.
at
Those
these
are the
Just
only
half
games
of
that
them.
matter in this game. You could suck and still win your division.
Yeah,
Yeah, but for 3 weeks, I'm going to look like a genius. And that's
for
all that
3
matters.
non-division games, you're gonna look so great.
Win the games you're supposed to win.
Yep.
Just make it to the dance.
Every now and then you win a game that you're supposed to lose. You'll lose a game you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
Bing bang, you win the AFC West.
Survive in advance.
Boom.
Bing bang.
Just go 1-0 every week.
Yep. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
That's what Fangs does.
That's right. Play to win the game.
I thought he plays it close to the best.
1 week at a time.
Plays it close to the best 1 week at a time.
That's what he does. Yeah. Doesn't turn the ball over.
How are you more informed on U.S. soccer?
I don't know. I mean, I'm reacting to a game with U.S.
Who's your
soccer.
favorite receiver on Denver? You said they have great
Oh,
receivers.
I love Timmy Patrick. I love Cortland
He's-
Sutton.
You're not
he
even
had a
mentioning
draft.
Jerry Judy.
Oh, I drafted
Jerry
him last night in
Judy.
my draft. Yeah. Judge Judy.
It should be his nickname. Who's your tight end? He's actually pretty decent.
Noah Fant.
There you go.
How about that?
Yeah, Inferno.
This team is
Nice.
loaded. I mean, the Bronco team. They only had a quarterback.
So there's 3 Lloyd Cushberries.
3 of them?
Ah, he's the 3rd.
Okay. Yeah.
Weren't you ripping Teddy Bridgewater a couple weeks ago?
I was then. And as you know, Chris,
You
this
said
is
Cam.
now.
You and your weird Cam Newton takes. You said Cam would be the instant starter in Denver.
You should be.
See how the first 3 games go.
Exactly.
Wait and see.
Right. So wait and
Wait.
see approach by
That was-
Fangs. Right.
Pretty sure that was then. This is now is a different game, Stugotz.
Oh,
Maybe it is.
screw
Maybe
Oh,
it
you.
is.
Stugotz, look in my eyes. Screw you.
Rick, this is great. Rick has a new book out, The Perfect Day to Boss Up, of course. A Hustler's Guide to Building Your Empire. It's available now. He is holding it up right now. He was nice enough to send me a copy. I mean, he didn't send it personally. Renee probably got one personalized and autographed. I just got one in the mail. I am wondering, Rick, because you have had so much success, and I am wondering, what is the best piece of business advice you have ever received from anyone?
Oh man, I've had so much, just so much, just over the years, man. I just remember, I remember an old school hustler, man. He actually serving 40 years in the penitentiary. He actually told me, the way you move when you have $10, when you have 10,000, you should still be able to feel the same. You know what I mean? And, I was 13 or 14 at the time and I didn't get it, but I got it now. I understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? But some of the best advice I could give to some of the youngsters is value your time. Time is the most valuable asset I feel we'll ever be able to control, whether that's looking at the smile on your mother's face or the eyes on your beautiful child. It's going to come a time when you wish you had more time. So let's take advantage of our time.
So, Rick, I'm just curious because, we know you as the rapper, but what made you want to get into the book game? Because I'm thinking about it. I know you basically, I'm from West Virginia, and I saw that y'all you had all this land, acres on acres. You were riding tractors. I'm like, did you want to grow up in West Virginia? What's good? Like, that's where I'm from. So I felt very related to what you were living. You were living the West Virginia life during the pandemic is what it sounded like.
That's what it was, straight up and down. And, I had released Hurricanes, my first book, New York Times bestseller.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, it was the pandemic and I had more time on my hands than I ever have. The first time in 15 years, I wasn't touring during the summer. So I called my co-author down and he just basically recorded everything I did from 6 in the morning, to the end of the day. Because I had began getting on social media and out of all these questions, I got 90% of was, Rose, how you do it? How you boss up? And I just basically put it in black and white.
But you did take us in that first chapter on a tour of your house. And I'm wondering, Rick, if you had to show, in an effort to impress someone, not that you need to impress anybody, okay? But in an effort to impress somebody, if you could show one thing off in that house, what would that one thing be?
I could just walk you into the bowling alley.
Oh, God.
My bad.
Can you walk me in there now? I mean...
That's crazy.
I mean, the way this portal is set up, that's why the portal kind of moves when I move. It does it itself. It's one of those type of funny shaped things. But I'm sure if you was here and I walked you into the...
Look at it. It's doing it right now. That's
Yeah. I'm sure if I walked you into the bowling alley, and I put that Nolan Ryan on you.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, but Nolan Ryan's the fastball. You're spinning it though.
Oh yeah. That's what my homies start to call it when I do it. They call it the Nolan Ryan.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wait,
So I'm curious though. All right, you said teamwork make the dream work. That's why I said
Believe it.
like you trying to be with the Atlanta dream, but you talk about family. So I happen to be somebody that works with my fiance, my sister, my mom. A lot of people say that ain't it, but you actually have a sister named Renee. So I know she lit because that's my name. But what made you said teamwork make the dream work? Like, who's your crew? Like, who's your team?
It starts with my family, the matriarch, my mother, my sister. You know, my sister, she has so many degrees. I don't even know how many. My mom, she was just such a hard worker. So that's why I come up with these ideas and they basically just tell me to do them. Hey, mama, I'm gonna buy a chicken wing spot.
And look what happened with that. Like,
you feel me? And that's the type of family I got. They not gonna tell me no. If I come and just say, yo, you know, they may ask me, what make you want to do this? I've never heard of Wingstop. Mama, I tasted these lemon pepper wings. It's gonna be the revolution.
Listen, you know Lou Will down here playing for the Hawks, so we know all about lemon pepper. Lou, them lemon pepper wings, baby.
You better believe it. You better believe it.
How many shops do you own now, Rick?
I don't even know.
You're rich.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know, man. I kept going. I remember we celebrated at 25. We bought a few more, and I'm not even sure now. When they ask me, I'm just, we winning. That's it.
So wait, what's them thighs hitting for though? Because I've been seeing commercials like we've been all about the wings, and now is it the thighs y'all are trying to bring out?
Oh man, we done launched the thighs during the pandemic. Of course, we all know around globally there was a wing shortage, and so I sat down with the team one time for Charlie Morrison. Great ideas, great concepts. We came up with the idea of DoorDash being able to order thighs, and it was such a huge success. It's looking like we finna, push it all the way out and keep going with it.
What is so on Sunday where everyone is buying wings? I go to a place called Fresh Market, although I think I'm gonna go to Wingstop now. Okay, I'll go to one of your stores. Okay, Rick. So what are the go-to wings opening NFL weekend Sunday for Rick Ross?
Oh, it's got to be lemon pepper, right. Louisiana rub.
Oh yes, come on now, that's the one.
Yeah, lemon pepper and Louisiana rub. Now, the question I would ask everybody on the platform today: are you a drum or flat kind of person?
Wow.
I'm just drumming it.
Wait,
whoa!
Wait, Rick. So you can only have one: drums or flats? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Why is he offended by my choice?
I can't believe you said drum. I can't believe it.
So I'm assuming that you go.
Right.
Well, I go flats because Rick Ross goes flats. That's it.
Listen, we can share a plate. I ain't gonna take your flats. You don't take my drums. We Gucci in a box together. That's what I say.
But see, he doing that the right way because he gonna be my guest to the game,
That's
and
right.
we gonna stop and pick up some all flats.
Honey barbecue with a little blue cheese, my favorite flavor. You get with that?
Blue cheese over ranch?
No.
Wow. Yeah, I always go blue cheese. Yes.
Ranch all day.
But
I'm
Rick,
gonna say it with my chest.
Ranch.
All day.
Whatever you say, Rick. Okay. I'm so easily bought. His new book is out. The Perfect Day to Boss Up: A Hustler's Guide to Building Your Empire is available now. One of the chapters, Rick, talks about wasting time. I waste so much of my time. Please make it stop.
No, we can't. One of the things I began doing at one time was I would wake up in the morning and take notes on the things that I spent time on, what I spent the most on, what I spent the least on. And, I did that so long and I just would sit back and go over and recognize what I was really wasting time. I made no progress doing this. This is what I need to focus on more. And so that's what it basically come down to. And when you have 20 partnerships such as myself that you enjoy being a part of. I enjoy being a part of it. You don't have a lot of time to waste. So, we got to rep the set. We got to elevate the platforms, man.
No, that's what's up. So I'm curious, what makes you excited? Like, what would make you say yes when you got a gazillion businesses, your life is booming. I mean, you set up your family. What would get you excited? Because people ask me that, so I'm curious. Like, you are on a different level. Like, what's exciting at this point?
Long as I'm excited when it's something naturally I enjoy. If it's something naturally I enjoy, I'm with it. because it's just not about the dollar amount. I was approached by a tobacco cigarette company. I told them as much as it hurted, I had to walk away from that 7 figures up front because I don't smoke.
Wow.
I don't smoke squares. Can't do that.
Right.
Now, if that was some cannabis, Rose would have most definitely got in business with you.
Where when you getting on that though? I'm like,
You know Rose on that. You know I partnered up with Burner and Cookies.
okay.
Oh my God, I love you.
We created Collins Ave, and my vision for Collins Ave is actually opening the first dispensary on South Beach on Collins Ave, and I promise it'll make $1 million a day. Remember,
Oh my
Rose
God.
said, "Let's go.
I'm a
Let's get
witness,
that
let's go."
for the manifestation."
Hey, Rick, I appreciate you sending me the book, but if you wouldn't mind, send me some of that. I mean, how about
Oh, I got you.
that?
He's sending out the books. They said Collins Ave, run it.
I also have
Yeah, they want that Collins Ave.
listen, I have a business proposition because I read your book, Follow Your Passion. You're passionate about wings. You follow that passion. You own 25 wing stops, by the way, okay?
Right,
okay, you own 25 of them, Rick. So I am following my passion for marijuana, and here's the idea I have, okay? My name on radio is Stugotz, and I want to create a strain that is called Stugotz, okay?
Ooh.
It would be a
Okay.
massive sell. Rick, I am looking to partner with a guy like you, if you're in. Me, you, I mean, we're going to Atlanta games. We're smoking weed. How about that?
No, I love the idea. One question I have for you. If you had 2 strands you could crossbreed into your perfect strand,
Wow.
which would they be?
Oh, wow. I like so a hybrid, you're saying?
Right.
Like I like a nice indica, you know? So like, but that kind of makes you sleepy late at night. And I'm trying
That's
to
a
think.
good thing. That's a good thing. We need rest.
Yeah, we do. But I'm a big day smoker. And so that kind
You
of,
gotta be on
I am
sativa
too.
then. You gotta
Right.
be on sativa.
yeah, sativa dominant, I would say during the day, with maybe just like a little hint of the stuff that puts you to sleep, you know, balance you out. Indica.
He said, balance it out.
Kush.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, I could get technical, but when I describe mine, I love to say gas.
Yeah. Oh, I love smoking the gas.
I want gas, not 87, not that 87 octane.
93 gas. Yeah. Premium
Yeah.
gasoline. Yeah.
We need that gasoline.
Renee, you sure
Gotta
you
like
want us at one of your games? I mean, you sure? How do you feel
So I
about
have a question then. We talking about that gas. How do you feel about athletes with that? Like, are we like, should we just get rid of it? Are we done with it after Sha'Carri? Are we not done with athletes getting suspended due to, I would just say marijuana and not a drug like it's not performance enhancing? What's your thoughts? I want to hear.
You know, I think in so many cases, marijuana and cannabis is so helpful. It's so useful. And we all know the side effects as well. And I think the young lady coming in 9th place, and we're not blaming that all on cannabis. She could have just been at the crib chilling. But we don't know. But at the end of the day, I feel like if I was playing left tackle or center for the Miami Dolphins,
Okay.
I feel like it wouldn't hurt me
Attaboy.
if I smoked.
That's a little
all day.
pregame. Look, I talked to Matt Barnes. He was like, that was my pregame ritual for real. Like, I'm just saying.
No.
Wait, but Renee,
just-
I'm guessing that Rick Ross is a better bowler when he's high than when he's not. I'm guessing,
Oh,
right?
that's the only way you get that Nolan Ryan out.
Boom! Yes. Oh, he's got to try out. Look at it.
Let's go.
Oh my God. The amount of money I would pay to be sitting right next to you right now. That
That's
is-
Collins Ave right there.
That is strong. I'm getting a contact high. How about that?
That's that virtual contact.
Hey, Rick, puff, pass. Let's go, man.
I got you, man. I got you.
The perfect day to boss up. A hustler's guide to building your empire is available now. Rick Ross is with us. We were talking about sleep earlier. Is it true that you only sleep 2 to 3 hours a night?
Well, that's what was really the cause of me having seizures, because I would only sleep for 2 or 3 hours at a time. And it went on so long to where I just couldn't take it no more. That's basically how my doctor described it. Because I felt for every hour I was asleep, It was somebody getting a big bag of money that I should have had my
Feel
hands on.
that.
So going to sleep, yo, let's rest, let's do this, let's vacation. And man, excuse my French, fuck all that. Let's hustle, let's grind, let's go get fly, and let's enjoy this shit. We can make it not even feel like it's work.
Yes. No, I mean, so here's the thing. Where's that balance at though? Because for me, I'm like, see, you're seasoned, you're the vet, you've been there, done that, you had those years. I'm on the upward spiral. So I'm trying, like, how do you navigate that balance? Like, where do you find the balance at? You had a health scare that made you get it, but would you have found balance without the health scare?
No, I would have kept doing what I was doing.
That's crazy, yeah.
Because if you got to realize, it's not just about a dollar amount with me. I really want to make history, whatever it is I do. I'm really a dude that'll sit there. I might have a fucking mental problem. I don't know. But I will really sit there and, we could come up with something that's never been done that we could, and it's, I remember everybody, when I told them, man, I'm finna get $1 million. Yeah. Motherfuckers thought I was crazy. Then when you get 1 million, you get 10. And all you got to do is think back, how hard was it from 1 to 10? It wasn't that hard from 1 to 10.
So it's 0 to 1 hard, but then once you get to that 1, that's like a plateau, and then you can just jump off of it.
You keep going. You keep going. Because the more successful you become, the more opportunities and the more tables you get to sit at, and you get to toss ideas around, and people believe in you more and bring you to the table. And man, you looking around, man, this shit's starting to come from everywhere. It's like confetti in Club Live.
Hey,
Wait.
Hey,
I
bring
love
it
you.
on. I'm ready for the first one. Bring it on. Ready for the first one.
Wait, so Rick, I'm wondering, how many of the people that thought you were fucking crazy when you said you were going to make $1 million called you for a loan? Later on.
I don't let them.
They can't get through?
No. You got to put in work over here. That's why I'm glad I got so many franchises and so many things. If you need a job, I can help you find a job today.
They gonna work for that bread. You ain't hitting out nothing.
Yeah.
I like that.
But guess what? When you grind into the top, where everybody at when you need them? It's free to post. When you post in your radio station, when you doing this, when you out doing that, all them people who you was cool with, you go to their pages and on there, they see what you got going on. Man, hey, I'm one of them people who take that passion. When I got something big going on, man, I will unfollow you about that little post.
I'm dead.
And I ain't beating around the bush. That's the only way we gonna become number one.
And do you post your homies when like you show love to? I'm just
what? All the time.
Okay.
Every morning I get up, I wear little homies clothing and all these young dudes in college, these young designers. Half of the time, the material cheap, the logos ugly and all that. But guess what? I'm not the one to tell somebody to stop chasing their dreams. Because imagine how the people feel who told me to stop.
Yep.
I know being a boss is not all about money. It's about a vision. I read that in your book, but the money helps, Rick. I mean, let's be honest, right?
Oh, man, the money is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's such a beautiful thing. Yeah. The smiles you can bring out of your parents and all of that. But it's not about the money. To me, it's really about just that self-fulfillment, that happiness. You could ride a bicycle to work every day and be happy. And to me, that's what I want to, believe it or not. Same way I'm cutting grass, I want to get back into riding bikes. That's great cardio. You understand? But it's not just about the dollar amount. Of course, you want to get some paper. You want to be some, we want to buy a TV channel. We don't know what we want to do next. Okay. We want options. That's what the money is. The money is the options.
How high are you right now, by the way? I mean,
I'm not really that high yet.
No, because
is it hard to get high now? I wonder this about Snoop Dogg, Wiz. Like
no. You still get high. You can't get high. Yeah. When you smoking with Snoop Dogg, that's someone. I'm sure that's someone who may have drove 2,000 miles to bring the breast representation of what they grow to Snoop Dogg, because I've actually smoked with Snoop Dogg and just sat down and said, I'm not going to the performance tonight.
Oh,
Ain't no show. I'm finna chill right here. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. You just canceled the show because it was a vibe.
What? Oh man! Instead of me going out on stage and just falling on my face, I'd rather sit on the couch and watch Forensic Files.
Rick Ross is with us. His new book is out, The Perfect Day to Boss Up, A Hustler's Guide to Building Your Empire. It's available right now. Rick, I know you're short on time. We appreciate the time. You've been great. I have to ask you a question. I want you to pick NFL games. We do this every year with a celebrity prognosticator. There's a catch. I'll get to it in just a second. Okay?
Too easy.
It's too easy. Oh my God, as he lights up a J. But Rick, here's the deal. And I feel like we have formed a friendship here. Me, you, and Renee. Okay?
Yeah, we got a bond.
We got a bond, okay? And perhaps we'll get into the marijuana business together. I hope we can.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe so.
Okay, or maybe not. We'll see what happens.
Maybe so. Let's remain optimistic. We got to remain optimistic.
Thank you.
I love it.
I'm going to follow my passion. I want to know, can you pick 5 NFL games for us? But here's the catch. If you beat Colin Cowherd, who's a national radio host on Fox, okay? If you beat him, okay, you have to come back next week and do this again. Is that possible? I mean, you're a busy guy.
It's possibly too easy.
Okay. Yes. It sounds like a date. Oh, my God. All right, here we go. The lines are brought to you by DraftKings. Right now, bet at least $1. Get 200 in free bets instantly this week when you bet at least $1 on any NFL Week 1 game. You get $200 in free bets instantly, including new users in Arizona starting today. Rick Ross, are you ready to pick some games?
I can't wait.
All right, let's play our crappy imaging first.
And now it is time for Celebrity Prognosticator. Let's win some money.
Cowboys at Buccaneers kicks off the season tonight, Rick. The Buccaneers are minus 8.5 at home. Who do you got?
Bucks. Don't ever doubt it. Don't ever play yourself.
All right, love it. The Jets, New
York.
York.
It's called Champa Bay.
Champa Bay.
Ah.
I hate Brady, though. I got to be honest with you.
No, you can't hate Brady.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't hate Brady. That's like hating Jay-Z.
Okay, fine. Listen, if you tell me not to hate Brady, then I love him now, okay?
Yo, thank you. You love Brady.
Jets at Panthers. The Jets are a 4-point underdog. Carolina minus 4 at home.
Carolina.
All right. Oh, we were
Even
friends,
with the
Rick.
underdogs, I see. He ain't worried nothing about them lines. You said under 8, under 4. He worried nothing
I love that he
about
doesn't think, he doesn't talk about it, doesn't talk it out, give reasons. Just here's the pick. Boom. All right, let's go.
We just making our bet.
Yep, that's
We're
it.
making our bet. The G-Shiba crypto bet.
Oh, we into crypto too? Okay. Now that's where we really need to talk. I'm into crypto now, but sorry, I don't.
That's number 19 on the list.
Listen, Yvette, we gonna talk, okay?
We're attacking him from every angle, Renee. You and
I didn't even know.
I love that you're doing it. A little bit of Stugotz in everyone. I love you. Vikings at Bengals. Bengals +3. Joe Burrow is back. We think he's healthy. The Bengals getting 3 points at home against the Vikings.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
The Bengals. Okay, good.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
All right. A game that's important to the people on this show. Dolphins at Patriots. We're in Miami, Rick. We know you're from Miami. So Dolphins are 3-point underdogs, taking on the Patriots with a rookie quarterback. Who you got?
This ain't even a question. I'm going with Tua.
Yeah.
I'm going with Tua.
Love that. All right.
Let's go with Tua.
The game of the weekend. Mike Ryan has put the Chiefs on upset alert. He's our executive producer. He's a big Browns fan. Browns at Chiefs. Chiefs -5.5. Who you got? First time I saw
the Browns at the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
All right, good. All right,
my lineup gonna be the lineup.
Okay. Now
go ahead and place your G-Shiba crypto bets.
All right, now if you beat Colin, you have to come back next week. In fact, if you don't beat Colin, I'd like to have you on next week as well, but that's okay. We digress.
It's too easy. I had the Jays rolled up for us and all.
Okay. All right, good. It's a date. All right. Check out his new book, The Perfect Day to Boss Up, A Hustler's Guide to Building Your Empire. It's available right now. Rick, before we let you go, we appreciate the time. Anything you want to say about the book?
Oh man, it's I'm just sitting here enjoying the finest cognac in the world, Vion.
Of course.
Renee, I'm holding you to our floor seats.
Yep.
I got you.
Hours.
Me
Thank
and
you.
the homies.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna have on some fly sneakers with some fly socks.
Me too.
That part, come through.
I heard y'all pay attention to the detail in the sock.
We do. It's all details to me. So yes, done.
Okay, I'll be there.
All right. I'll be there with you. Rick, we
Much
appreciate.
love.
I love you, man. We'll talk to you next week. Okay. Have a great weekend.
Too easy.
I love it.
I have a take about the Mannings that I think is going to be controversial.
Really? Wow.
I think Eli is the better personality of the brothers.
Oh.
I think Manning gets, he gets all these TV gigs. I know Eli has Eli's places now. I feel like I would have gone for a different name if I'm Eli. Like, what? I'm just going to get the leftovers from Peyton.
You got to separate yourself from Peyton a bit.
But I saw him interviewed the other day. He's just got a good personality. Like, I don't know. There's something about Peyton. He's so stiff.
Well, I'll say this. I was expecting Peyton during his Hall of Fame speech to be real, like laugh out loud funny, and he was not.
You think Eli's less stiff than Peyton?
Yes, I'm telling you. Have you watched Eli get interviewed? Because he's doing the rounds.
TV on mute or
with Eli's places, he's doing the rounds. I'm telling you, you haven't watched Eli. You haven't seen enough of Eli. Eli is not the quarterback that you're used to seeing on the sidelines with like the confused face on the confused look on his face. I almost said the confused face on his look.
Yeah.
But Peyton, I'm telling you, Peyton is stiff. Even at the roast that he did a couple years ago, I wasn't impressed there. Eli Manning, better personality.
we can all agree though. Too much Cooper, right?
Yeah,
too much Cooper.
He hasn't had anything. Why can't he,
I don't even know what Cooper looks
little
like.
less.
Right.
How?
Sure, it looks like a Manning.
He
How
was
would you
running
know?
around, Jess. He was running around media day down here for the Super Bowl, dressed as I thought he was Pauly Shore. I swear to God, I thought it was Pauly Shore running around doing interviews for media day. It was the strangest thing. He was wearing weird clothes.
But don't you think like Eli and Peyton feel bad for Cooper? And so they're just trying to do stuff now that they're both retired to help Cooper out because look at their lives. Look at their dad's life. And then there's Cooper.
Isn't Cooper's son supposed to be like the next great quarterback?
Archman.
Oh, yeah.
It's Arch.
He's
yeah.
phenomenal.
Arch
Skip the
Manning.
generation on that one. Huh?
Yeah, he's like the #1 quarterback recruit in the country.
Yeah, so
There's going to be another Manning. There's always another Manning. Put it on the polls. There's always another Manning.
And there's this second viewing experience that they're doing with ESPN, right? Where you can watch Monday Night Football with the Mannings on a separate channel. And I'm
Yes.
telling you, watch this.
Wait, what?
You guys are all going to be saying afterwards.
You didn't know that,
Yeah.
Jess?
Yeah.
You're doing a all Manning game cast?
Like I think
Yeah.
like on
Yes.
ESPN2, I assume, or maybe it's on the Plus. Like, yes, you can be watching second game, like a second screen experience.
Is
And-
Cooper there?
No, I believe it's just Eli and Peyton. And I'm telling you, I'm getting out in front of this. I think the talk is going to be after that. Eli, better at this than Peyton.
I feel so bad for Cooper. You have this legendary family, 4 combined.
I'm sure
Super Bowl
Cooper has a
rings,
nice life.
2 Hall of Fame. I mean, seriously, 2 Hall of Famers. And what does he have? He has a podcast called Soup with Coop.
Is
actually,
Eli Manning a Hall of Famer?
Oh,
Eli's.
God.
Let's do that show. Let's do it.
No.
We did this all of 2019.
That would be the hot
Like the
take.
entire
Eli's a better
2019
quarterback.
season.
Yeah, he's a better quarterback. He is actually a better quarterback.
Cooper Manning's the oldest, right? Because he gives me middle child vibes. I pegged him as a middle child.
I'm not sure.
He is the oldest. I just Googled it. And he works at a private real estate company. Sounds like he probably is doing pretty well for himself. Maybe not Peyton Manning level.
Dude, seems like he's doing okay.
I still
But-
feel badly for him. Come on, guys.
I saw Dabo, by the way, like between jobs, was working real estate right before he got to Clemson.
Really
How crazy is that?
crazy.
Yeah.
I could also
It was
see it though.
crazy.
What? Dabo selling real estate?
100%.
He's too chatty though. I mean,
No, he
Nah.
would put me into a lemon.
Oh,
I think.
he's a great salesman. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Kirk
He has so much
Herbstreit.
charm.
Herbstreit told me he was a pharmaceutical rep salesman and had a flourishing career there before he got to College Game Day. I would buy so many drugs off Kirk Herbstreit. He
Crazy.
looks.
You
the
could have just
part.
stopped that at drugs.
He doesn't look the part. You can't see Herbstreit getting out of the car with a suitcase, walking into a doctor's office.
You know who?
What drugs are you buying from Kirk Herbstreit? Like Adavir? Like he's not selling you street drugs, Stugotz.
Herbstreit, well done.
You know who else I could see doing that?
Great name.
Taylor Twellman.
Right, exactly. He'd be great. Oh, the drugs I would buy off him. Who else? Anyone else? How do you guys? Who?
Orlovsky definitely could work in pharmaceutical sales.
Orlovsky would be. He'd be good. Not better
Big
than
Pharma.
Not better than Herb Street. Though.
Are you guys just
Herb
doing
Street.
good-looking blonde men?
No.
No, I think we're doing TV personalities who look like they could work in pharmaceutical sales.
Yeah.
I know, but when it's Herb Street then Twellman, I'm kind of expecting like Brock Heward to come next.
He'd be great.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Totally
Maybe
agree
it's
with
just
that.
people who
Yeah.
dress well on TV. Maybe if you're in a button down and slacks, I would buy pharmaceuticals from you.
Mm-hmm. I think Chris is right. Just going back to Eli and Peyton, I do think Chris is right. I think Peyton is stiff. I think we like to think that Peyton is funny, and he fancies himself to be
Well,
funny.
he broke his neck.
I know, but he does fancy himself to be funny. The Hall of Fame speech was way too serious. Although I did love God Bless Football at the end. Eli is the funnier of the two. I think he's the wackier, funnier Manning brother. I do.
I agree. Eli was in a really funny commercial not that long ago. That was kind of his like coming out role, if I remember correctly.
Well,
And I think
Peyton Manning's coming out role was on Saturday Night Live when there was that great United Way fake commercial that he did where he's playing with a bunch of kids and he like is pegging them with footballs. An all-time great Saturday Night Live sketch where it's like, oh my God, Peyton Manning is funny.
Chris, you
Eli's
feeling
also the youngest. The youngest always has to like put in the extra work to get attention and be funny, so they learn more social skills. This is my college sociology class right now coming into play on the podcast.
By the way, Stubble Kelsey is joining Stephen A now on First Take. It's coming back. The look is coming back. I'm telling you. Right now, he looks like he'd be a backup dancer for Britney in like early 2000s. But he's getting back to Kelsey.
Perfect. Billy, what was the